Look, G-Clef, I know it's not just me. There are a lot of Elmage or Omega fans out there. He's a pretty big crowd favorite as far as the English-speaking part of the community goes. It's very unfortunate every single time he's in a tournament, he's up against Asia's server, so up against 2 global players, and especially with one dropping out, I'm really hoping, he just puts the fries in the bag and gets out of groups this time.
He better put some seasoning on that fries too. Maybe this is the time for Omega. It's been many years since he participated in tournaments. Car, do you think he's got a chance, and is it going to be today?
Oh, I'm a huge believer, G-Clef. This is his time to shine. The bracket is so stacked in his favor, and you keep mentioning how old you and I are, G-Clef. Elvmage59 on Twitch TV. His chat said the 59 stands for the year he's born, so shout out to Elv. Let them know that this ain't just a young man's game. Show him, brother.
Huh? 1, I am not that old.
1959.
2, Omega? Is he Omega? Is he Omega old? I did not know about that.
He's
but
he's got the experience.
Let's keep his personal secrets off the broadcast.
Oh, my bad. Yes.
No one knows. No one knows it.
No
No one knows, right? Okay. It's just a secret between all of you and us, casters. But Group H, though. Another big question. Wampy fan, Kate Victon. So lots of strong names on the bottom side. We'll talk more about Group H later. Let's go through a few more pages. So that's the updated tournament tree. I know you guys are waiting for the big code, but before that we have numbers. Wow.
Not surprised.
I can do math. This does not add up to 100% because Mafty isn't here. That's the reason. Yeah, because Mafty couldn't make it due to personal reasons. That's why it doesn't add up to 100%. But Omega, of course, taking 2/3 of all the votes. Not a big surprise, I would say. But you never know. These small number might just come to bite this Omega. There's always chance. Yes, G-Clef knows about the code. There you go. Boom! 05 coupon 02. 05 coupon 02. Put him in, and you get all the leaves. Right now, with all the buffs, like it's a giga mega buff. Not just a weekend, it's like a week and a half, right? Still over a week left with all the buffs. It's filling with page, so make sure to go run him. Use all the leaves, and let's see if you can get the best speed or anything you want. Hopefully your farming goes very well too. Yeah, that's the coupon end. As usual, we also have drops event. Tune into us. Any watch parties out there, and as long as their drops are on, sync it to your Twitch account, and you should be able to get it from inventory. I know it's a bit more step for iOS out there. So, I don't think that will ever change because of those. I don't know the reasons, but yeah, make sure to pick it up anyhow. So that's all I have to yap for before we actually introduce the player. Now I know you guys can yap so much more about the players. You guys know so much more about them, I'm pretty sure. So let's quickly go to our first group of the night. Group G. Omega.
Yo, what the fuck? Why is my
Top 4 qualifiers. Top 16 qualifiers. Top 16 qualifiers. And again, last year, top 16. That's a surprising result if you look back at it. He's never been into the main stage for the past 4+ years. Baki, do you think Omega's got the Melissa power?
Melissa or not, I think if he's gonna make it out of any groups, it's gotta be this one. Normally, he gets a decently poor matchup versus a rest of Asia server, but versus 2 global, I mean, this is, if it's any time, it's now, right? Like, there's no other time.
Also, audio levels, by the way.
Yep, so we can talk about the other players as well real soon. Well, let's go individuals, one by one. Oh, of course, we're starting with Omega. This player was also a very well-known name as Elf Mage. The stream, really fast and good, as you can tell from the win rate. But these are the data from, spring season. Might have changed a little bit. And his opponent, we talked enough about Omega. There we go. Torgwin, Car 6. We have some
Yes, sir.
deep insight information about this player on the other side.
I've heard a bit. Yes, a global player, Turgeon. We can see from the most band protection, the Zeo here, meaning that he's going to want to play a similar style to like what we saw from KHM and what KHM's opponent actually stole as well. Might be indicative that he wants to take that first in initiative, and maybe the speed gear is not quite in his favor. As we know, for any new players watching, Zeo can kind of cheat out that first turn. That being said, Elv is a very fast player. He's a flexible player now, and he kind of leans on Ruel. However, he can play so many different types of play styles, and his gear is incredible. So Turgeon has a lot in store for his opponent.
Yes. So there might be actually be the ban. He ban out Zeo. He can certainly collect the speed. Torgwin on the other side, 0-1. Omega 1-0. That's not too many compared to the numbers that we have seen last week and the weeks before. Not just one game. Nalalu, not taking anyhow. So as we get things ready for this matchup, let's see how things go. If you win, you go straight to winners.
Okay, let's see it.
We start with Harsetti, Biblis, Notos, and Diane.
So you've
Dan,
chosen
Lady
to
of the
buy a
Scales. Omega first turn.
So Elv opting for Lady there instead of the Biblis. You see
Let
oftentimes
them
in the pre-ban, none of those kind of make
Is
it
this style QD
first
allowed here or
Biblis.
no?
Boston Ruka being picked up.
She's only allowed in the next.
Well, and we almost see
Because
this,
Salome is not
opening that's
allowed.
like what we
Still.
saw all of last week, except instead of Perfumer Biblis, it's Lady of the Scales. And I would even argue, Ruel of Light, as well as Lady of the Scales.
picks.
Re-knock in the third pick slot. I think Omega is prepped up early for a
Re-knock.
lot of high-speed aggression. He has so many ways to secure it, but you see Turgeon lock in that free run hyper carry draft,
Moon Bunny?
drops in the Moon Bunny as well, so looking to block out the Pilfer action coming in from that re-knock almost
what's up,
immediately,
Cesare?
and Bellion being
Oops.
hovered, so both of these players very comfortable with their strategies, pick after pick after pick, almost without running down the timer. And no, Monarch of the Sword Iceria gets locked in. We're looking to proc off of those AoEs and hit the counterattacks with the splash damage, and of course, I mean, you're fighting against a free run hyper.
What's
so you
audio
might as
levels,
well
by
run
the way?
Bellion, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's definitely one of the best counter picks. He's hovering it here, maybe just making sure there's nothing quite better in that spot. Maybe draw out a ban so that his top four makes it through. But as
From
you said,
LRK on
Valky,
5, no?
We have such a safe lineup. I really like what Omega, aka Elf Mage, is getting here with the Ruel, Lady of the Scales, and he has a lot of room here. Bellion is indeed locked in on that fifth pick spot.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of what Turgeon is sporting so far. He's fighting an uphill battle against a fast player like Elfmage here, and I mean, even if he locks in the flag cigarette, likely she just gets taken out, and it seems like Omega has a lot of ways to stabilize this strategy, but no, we're going for Lone Crescent Bologna. Fanned out, immediately traded out for Lady of the Scales, and Freerun is definitely fighting an uphill battle here against two Light Knights that both look to counterattack her and take her out before she gets to play her game plan.
Hey, let's see.
Yeah, the re-knock as well. It's a lot of stacked against this free run comp. And we're talking about how dominant the free run composition was. Looks like Elf, Omega here is very situated to battle it.
Excuse me there. Got Valiant to delete the souls. Iceria for the counter. Omega seems ready to go with Ruel and Renock. It's their first round.
Forgetting something?
Can't miss the first turn. Renock. Where are you going?
So I think he has to go for that very, very prominent knight here, as that is her claim to fame. Has to be targeted. Pilfer in action. Oh, excuse me, we're
Just
just
the
ripping.
splash damage, no pilfer.
Just the splash,
Don't
that's
want
right.
to trigger the bunny dominion.
Holy.
And immediately we're gonna proc the
Already in
counterattack,
action.
and that's not something you want to see early.
Wow, he's so lucky there, no?
Black will do. Let's see.
Ruel in front instead of Belian? No, that's right.
Big S3. Buffs on. A lot of barrier. Frieren going for it.
Dare.
That's fine
Good bit
if
of
Royal's
damage
in
coming
front.
in here, especially
But she's
through
an
all-
idle shear.
Oh, the counterattack though. Does the splash damage hold? She barely hangs on, but looks like the Freeren's gonna
Yep.
go down. You're gonna need to use that Nurse Yolha and pull her back with revive.
I shall fulfill the
100%. That's a 3 fracture stack. S3 coming in from Monarch of the Sword.
Someone
Boom.
needs to be made an example of.
The main source of damage gone on the right.
Allow me to show you.
You survive with Bossa
Who's the king of
Moon
these
Bunny,
streets?
Both teams
Yuha.
I
have
mean, the
some
whole game
recursion,
plan
right?
for
So
Turgan there was
Fortune is on our side.
Uh-huh. Yes, Rocky?
it was to keep the ship slow and steady and just slowly out tempo Omega, but the amount of early counterattacks I think really just flipped that game plan, and now he really
Yeah,
needs
let's
to
see
get
it.
that Nurse Yolha turned back in order to defibrillate the Freeren and pull her back from the brink of death with the revive.
You're right. Yuha does have the Pikachu Zap.
That's enough whining.
There we go. Bring back the heartbeat.
the superhuman elf once again back.
Goes for
Counter
good
being
target
brought.
selection on the Iceria, but no, 2 counterattacks
Yo.
again. Oh, does
Freeren's
the
dead
Freeren
here.
even survive this? We'll have to see after this follow-up attack.
Wow.
Ooh, no, and the Freeren is gone again, a second time, getting packed up real quick.
That's no good.
Yeah, and that's a big tempo loss for the side of Turgan because that was his one revive play. Look at the side of Omega. He still has the Ruel, the second life. Bellion hasn't even taken a turn yet. Definitely in his advantage right now.
Aha. Provoke the entire team. And that is the first game. Omega taking round 1. That's 1-0, one step closer to that winner's match. Oh, as you guys both named it,
Let's see
seems
it.
like Turgon was really having a tough time going up the hill. No souls because of Bellion, and lots of counters from the left side. Was there really a better way to sort this out? Had Boss Arunka, Yulha, and Moon Bunny. It was just hyper carry.
Anyways, how's my volume,
There are
guys? Is it
answers,
okay?
Solutions already. From the left.
I think the issue with Turgan's draft is that he needed to go
Oh.
Moon Bunny Dominio on the 4th, which the only thing she could offer to the Freeren hyper carry was that Vigor buff. And as you saw, if Freeren without souls has to tank the Vigor
Alright.
buff,
Okay.
she was going to just get popped very easily by
I think
the Renock
this-
as well as the Monarch. So Turgan needs
this,
to adapt this
match,
game plan. We'll see
or
what
this
he
at
does with the
least-
second game right here.
Today's matches are going to be
A
shorter.
lot of great bans. Tori!
Just because we don't have Mafty.
Genesis Ross already being banned. Seems like a snipe ban to me. Briarwitch and Politics
Okay.
on top.
Yeah, and those are
Briar
some
Poly
great,
ban.
especially round 2 characters
Tori.
for the Lunatic format. We've seen Tori in the hyper carry position, the Roz. Now we see the RO being picked up from Turgan. Yes, a very strong escort, mitigation knight, access to some big stun strips.
Guys, I'm mentioning, I will mention this again if needed. Drops are open, but it'll take some minutes to be applied to the stream. It will be up there very soon. So just letting you guys know. Made
Looks like
Chloe!
Omega will be slowing down a bit preemptively just to match Turgan's tempo. Made Chloe. Honestly, I think that character should have gone in the last match. Instead of Moon Bunny, I think if Turgan had made Chloe last game, he stood a better chance versus all of the splash damage from the Renock, from the Monarch, as well as the Bellion. And on top of that, if it had rolled over to this game, Omega wouldn't have access to this character. So, you don't want to see her here. She should have been gone last game.
Time to end our twisted
Luna. Great lock.
Threatening a lot in the draft here. Turgan now has to be aware of it. Picks up another great debuffer in the form of Flagbearer Cigarette and one of my personal favorites, Disciplinary Prefect Arya in that lock position. That's going to be one unit that he has to watch out for inside of Omega.
Now Omega needs to consider some extra souls or take her out somehow. And you can't post her, you can't ban her. She's in that protection.
Yes, one good thing though is that the Yulha is not available here, so we won't see any superhuman Arya plays where she's just knocking out units left and right. But she still is a threat, especially when we are flexing these debuff characters this early in round 2.
Fairy Tale Tenebria. I know Tenebria's been
Not quite sure that's going to be the character coming
opener?
out. There could be a few ice mages that Omega is considering. But I'm not quite sure if it's going to be the Fairy Tale. He is running down the timer though, so he has to make 2 rapid picks in succession. Looking, wow, really scrolling through
Wow.
this. Listing a red server.
okay. Very different
Oh,
warrior.
wow.
Oh, dark.
That's a very early Urban Shadow shoot, but I guess in response to the Arya, and now we have the Sharoon.
Against the
DK
stun.
Wow,
makes
that is a really smart pick from Omega there. Her passive is going to be able to
Rip, my internet
automatically
died.
cleanse all sorts of stuns as well as fears. And if you look at Turgan's draft, out of the 3 characters, 2 of the characters' ultimates have those debuffs. So with a single pick, you basically
My
lock
internet
away 2
died.
ultimates against your opponent. That is a very, very tough spot for Turgan to be able to...
Shuna.
Also, she has some. Don't be.
Standard days when there were early days when Ryunok was being paired with Dragon Queen, Dragon
Yeah,
Sharoon.
that was a cool combo. Clear that stun, get that damage.
Yep.
Very nice.
Lydica?
There are a few characters here. None of them are
Wow.
particularly good versus the Luna.
Fire.
Lydica back.
Speeding up.
Wow.
Oh,
Lydica with the Hellion.
DK is such a good pick and she is a cutie as well. I think you should have said the second part first before you said the good pick.
Just pedals to the metal, puts down every
Sus.
speed character still left in the game.
I know.
Looks like he just wants to race Omega, get the win conditions in, and Omega, of course.
I think
last
you
with
meant the other
Ron,
way
the
around,
return
my guy.
immunity would be a little bit much for both of those characters to handle, which, you know, should be a force ban.
yeah.
Ready for your punishment.
Torgun suddenly got a dual motor Tesla. Speeding everything's up. After seeing 4
Aram.
characters, I think that's not a bad idea. Oh, had that game plan.
The only one who
all
activates
along,
Aram is
right?
Lydica, right?
What to ban? What to ban? Is Aram
Just a
just the right ban?
Aram
Is it
ban.
Candy fast? Okay.
Yeah, Aram is certainly out, and
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
Flag Cigarette. So, almost looks like Omega is just handing the keys over to Turgan. Says, "Oh, you think you're fast? All right, go ahead. Let's see you take first turn, and let's see what happens."
Luna is the
Aram counter 4 and 5. Yeah.
That's the scary.
Wait, who's the 5th? Was it Lua? She counters Lua.
trap.
I'll be the
Omega's
man is
Luna's
so
fast. Oh my god.
And that's going to be a little bad for Turgan. He wanted to take some early advantage. Not too bad there. The Arya ER, very favorable for his side. Shrugging off most of those debuffs, and here comes Lydica.
Make my day.
And still, it's only 1 question mark on the right. Not as bad as we thought.
You want me to straighten
Big
your hair?
pushback there. Turgan setting up. He needs to get a lot of tempo, a lot of early initiative here. 'Cause
Interesting.
Once that shoe starts kicking in, the injury starts going. The Arya is going to be very, very hard to lock in some kills.
I'm always open to new opportunities.
Sweet Miracle Cleanse comes in from the Urban Shadow Shoe. If you play the long game, I do think the 3rd pick carry on Omega is a little bit more value off of the shoe. So going to just take out the skill nullifier. Bit of that damage coming in.
Oh, wow, some man stun.
Yep,
Bit lucky there.
there it is. That's the part of the kit. Very, very surprising.
Oh, stun coming
Oh, just
through.
sending it in.
Something to protect.
You would think he holds his stun on the arrow wall, but immediately gets cleansed away and 4 cascade over to Omega's side. Soul Burn's gonna come through now for Turgan. He needs to take the tempo up, drops into the mid-Chloe. Defense break is there, should one-shot.
You don't deserve
45,000.
Centered in attention.
Wow. That's so
my.
lucky.
That Arya.
Is it time to draw
Good
my
start from
sword?
Turgan. He has to keep up this pressure. Once that injury kicks in, it's going to get a lot rough.
I think old man still sleepy.
Amazing start to the match.
Everything.
And if you look at the Lydica's bleed damage, it's hitting quite a bit too. I wagered that Lydica is on an attack necklace, giving her the bleed damage value. So
Or were you talking about,
overall, outvaluing Omega
what
in
Derek
this match,
did?
and a quick pause coming in here.
Yeah, just a quick pause. We will get back right away. Dragon Queen.
Nature is governed by cycles.
Time for some music.
It's merely your turn to disappear.
A lot of debuffs
and
that time.
finally we get the counterattacks.
Uh-huh.
Thrashing.
The class debuff.
Oh, and the
Oh.
follow-up takes out the Sharoon and Media 4v2 now. The debuff
Holy
is pulling
man.
back, so does Omega have the match with this debuff advantage
Nothing
here?
in this
A little bit
world
of
is
S1, not going to finish Lidica, but I think Shu will be able to close out most of these characters. S3's going to come through. We're assembling the squad.
The
We're hitting
Ranger.
I think the Aria.
Shut-
How's the
I
damage?
protect. That's what
Derek,
Equalizer, look at that.
why?
It was looking a little rough here for Omega. 2v4 scenario, but already evened up.
A bunch
Look
of
at the health bars. Looking bad. Injury stacking up. Arya already spent a lot here to get some early kills. Now has to work on the Luna.
You think Shu win
still sitting
though?
pretty.
Yeah, I mean, look at the state now.
Aria one-shotted the Sharoon, but with the injury on her, will not be able to finish off the Luna. But Lua will be able to come in, provokes her, get a little bit more tempo going for Turgan's team. She still has that passive where every time she provokes something and you're forced to hit her, she gives her team combat readiness value. And oh man, the longer this fight goes on, the worse it looks for this Arrowell. 40% damage absorption is just so much, but man, it puts so much strain on her health pool.
Injury
Yeah,
stacked
usually
up.
that defense break. Omega taking advantage of that one-turn defense break, or that one-turn left. Gets that big
Oh
block
my.
as two. And surely this debuffed, injured Arya, even though she did so well at the start, I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's letting it rip, though. Another soul burn.
That's
I mean, with the
That's
soul
like
burn,
Derek
that's
should have
really
won
a
there
deal, but
immediately.
yeah, Urban Shadow Shu as the hyper
No,
carry
no, no,
is
no.
going to have the
I don't
edge,
know, man.
and one more turn, GG comes out.
So this is
Rat
hardly
Gaming
surprising.
for the win. Omega advancing to the winners to go up against Rojin. Oh, that was very solid. Dragon Sharoon pickup. Amazing drafting coming out from Omega. Turgwen,
Yeah.
that Arya did lock the soul, so the New Moon Luna wasn't as powerful even with the first turn. But still, look at the results. It's a very close one.
You don't see Urban Shadow Shu pick this early that often. You know, this unit is still good, but has kind of fallen off compared to previous metas. But as you see there, Elf's so confident to take it there in that hyper carry lock spot after he saw the Arya from his opponent. Here we go.
Yeah, if not
The
given,
first match, the free run hyper carry.
if he did not
where
give
Elf
Sharoon
also
Cascade,
has a very
he won't
good
take this much
lineup.
damage.
Where we saw this kind of free run through the meta last week, he had some answers ready.
Yeah.
Free
It's been a while.
16k
We have
damage for
created
free.
collabs, and there are multiple characters with some answers. So this was the first round. But Valky, do I have a question? The stun, not this one. The stun from Arrowell into Dragon King, was that really needed? Did Turgan have to press that S3 from Arrowell?
Nature is governed by
Oh,
cycles.
that's a tough question because whenever you're in a tough spot like that, you're almost not even pressing for the stun. Like, if the stun landed, it didn't matter. But if your main tank doesn't get to put up the shield, doesn't get to provide more value for her team, it almost feels really bad for you to have picked it. So I understand needing to press there, especially when you're under so much pressure against one of the most popular players on global, or rather the English-speaking community.
What was that?
I mean,
What, you think
Yeah, the extra cascade
I think
did some damage when
the
what
earliest
was the
mistake
results?
was not killing
Rat Gaming
Sharoon
wins
immediately.
One win, and that's what
Because,
they needed.
Wasn't made stunned
So
and death
that's
broken.
not, we need one more update on Group G match 2. It will be Omega versus Rojin on top, and then the loser will go down to fight Turgan again. So bit more update needed there for match 2. So we immediately skip to the screen. Omega versus Rojin, who has been watching the game, saying, "Okay, Omega's feeling pretty strong. Good drafting."
Yeah.
Oh, updated.
Nice.
Ah!
Quick frame one up.
Yeah, production. Like, oh, okay, let's send it to the next slide and update it real quick, and then come back on. Yes, perfect. Yeah, Omega is playing because we have winners right after. We'll be playing back to back. Oh, it's just 2-0, so we will see what happened. It seemed like from the first match, Turgan was really really stressed about how fast Omega can be, right? That's why he had to draft in a way that drifted into speed 4-5 after seeing 4 picks. And first game, of course, wasn't really big of a speed contention. So let's see what the new player, Rojin Goto, has in store. Very excited for this one. So let's see the matchup. Omega. I think we talked enough about Omega already. So let's
His
talk
actions
about
speak for themselves.
yeah.
man.
Let's talk about his opponent, the one waiting for in the winners match. That's right, Rojin Goto. Sick profile picture, by the way.
Yeah, I love it. Very edgy.
Seems like
Okay, let's
about
see
to
it.
drag me down to
Rojin
this
Goto.
bottom floor.
Lots of Bellion revolving around his draft. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
Pre-ban on the Harsetti as well. Elv also sometimes, or Omega also sometimes has that in his pre-ban. DN, very popular here, but I'm curious to see the Bellion. She's had some very underwhelming results in this tournament. Isn't that right, G-Clef?
No, yeah, she actually did. Rojin Goto says this is the first official tournament participating in the official tournament, so we'll see how far he can go. Yeah, lots of Runak. Zio was the play before. Now seeing a lot of Bellion. Talking about Bellion, let me go. Bellion actually have 35% win rate. That's interesting.
All right. Yeah, and Omega added to that as well. Having a maybe, do we still count it if she gets banned out? Oh no, she made it through that first game.
Yeah,
against
she
the
just
Freeran.
won,
So
but that was
yeah.
was played 17 times until before the day started today, so it should be like 37% win rate still.
Nice, it's climbing.
Yeah, but bit of a surprise that some of the lowest win rates are actually the ones being played the most. Interesting stats to give you. I'll give you more stats as we go through. Omega Rojin Goto 3-1. Not too big of a surprise, and then we already know.
Okay, finally.
Deanne Biblis banned out. Lady of the Scales open.
Okay.
She is.
Wow, you
Lead
really
of the skills
have
is
to
up.
wonder what Rojin Goto's pre-bans are. If he's going to have Lady of the
Oh, this is
Scales,
losers
one of his
already.
most popular pick characters.
Is it?
She's almost always banned away when
Oh,
you're
no,
playing
it's
this
winners.
game on the rank ladder. Bans out DN as well as Perfumer Biblis. So looking to potentially set up a speed strategy over Omega here. Global players are usually known to be very flexible, especially with so many pre-bans. And now I think Omega needs to think about how he needs to play the game from a defensive standpoint. Or maybe he just says, nah, I'm just way faster, so let me just take over.
You the one who hurt my family?
Bossa Runka. 30 times. 31% win rate. Still very low.
Oh yeah, still just such a
That's
pivotal
lower than the
character, right?
Bellion.
Yeah, it's lower than the Bellion.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And Bellion's actually climbing, so we'll see if we can get these boss ringer numbers up as well. You still have to pick her though, because if your
May the
opponent
light
has it, it
guide
just
us.
really kind of determines how the draft will go, and it's very annoying to fight into her. That being said, Omega, I love that he's picking this role. I know it's not a fan favorite character, but it's just giving him that kind of reliability, that reassurance. And look at this, Rojin picking up the free win. We saw this in the first round against Omega. Let's see if this one will be any different.
I'm inclined to think Rojin Goto is in a much better spot compared to Turgum because he does have first pick, which allows him to pick up that Lady of the Scales. And props to Elfmage for stealing away the Ruel, because anybody who's ever played against Lady of the Scales and Ruel
Okay, let's
knows
see it.
that
Free
combo
rent,
is terrible
lots
to
free
play
rent.
against. So Elfmage
Bro, that's
does
kinda-
steal the Ruel away, so now he just has to properly
Isn't it,
defend
like,
against this free run
really good on right side?
Put himself in.
Yeah, you're right. Freeran just lost a game in our previous match. One of the highest win rate for now, along with Kohli. Freeran, 65.4% win rate. That's almost
Sheesh.
2/3.
Yeah, that is amazing here in such a competitive format. Look at these two picked up. Wow, yeah, Rod's locked in. First one of today. We saw him banned out in round 2 of the previous sets. Briarwitch as well, very prominent ban target too.
To snipe against Ruel.
Stay alert, no matter the foe.
Briarwitch gets dropped in 2 revives on the side of Omega, so very high value there on top of the defense.
Oh,
Breakout
Fumir!
That's what I'm wondering.
Nice. Rojin cooking.
Oh. We We haven't seen Fumir
man.
for such a long time. Probably
They've been
Lunatic.
picking her on the ladder, though.
Yeah, Lunatic
she's
tournament
very
was probably the
scary
last
unit.
one.
Mhm.
Last year.
If you're not familiar with what she does now, after the buff, she's a focus character, and whenever she hits 5 focus, she will be able to strip buffs, defense break, and sleep for 2 turns. That is a huge window for the Freerun to be able to do damage. And guess what? Freerun does in fact completely fill her focus bar. Solitary gets picked out as a counter, gets banned.
Oh, which means we do
Fumir
have
makes it through.
Fumir in game. A lot of bulky characters on the left. Will we have enough damage along with Freerun? Let's see.
So you've chosen to defy a
Rogen
god.
starting with Lady of the Scales.
I shall bestow
Skill tree
a
immediately.
benediction almighty.
Lady up the scales will put
Let's
herself
see.
in that sacrifice
Give it a
spot,
go.
offering her health to the team for a little bit more damage. You don't really want the nurse to go this fast in a spot like this. Goes for another turn skip. No counter attack this time. Rogen Goto looking at much better RNG than Turgan last game. And finally, this is the turn we're waiting for. Let's see what kind of debuffs this Fumir puts down.
One of the coolest
Snap the
animations.
fingers.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Goodbye, Omega.
That is big, of course. Genesis Raw's immunity buffs on his first life, but here we go. Freerun ripping the big skill 3. Gonna get some strip, potentially some attack up.
That's a lot of damage with the defense.
Wow, it did not kill.
Getting the counter 2 counters here. Hitting into the Freerun Wallby, giving a little CR, but kills 2 units. Ruel does come back. And wow, Lady of the Scales steals the turn with extra combat readiness. Fear goes on to the Ruel, no revive.
Hold up. Omega now on the back foot. Gonna rip that skill 3 on Monochrome Sword Isaiah's second fracture stack.
Lady of the Scales should be holding on. Freerun does not go down. I think Omega's in a bad spot. Now Soulburn does go down. Takes out the Monarch of the Sword. AoE damage.
Rogen Goto.
Well, takes out the Ross.
Ross is here. Back from the dead. There's Ruel on the bottom too, but it's already way too much. Damage has been done, and that is Rogen taking game 1 very fast, convincing way. Fumir lands all that and parried up with Freerun. Oh wow.
That's why her win rate is so high, G-Clef. Rogen's showing that this time it's going to be a lot different. His draft behind the Lady of the Scales, the Fumir backing. You saw the damage done, the Ruel life already taken away. Monarch of the
Wow,
Sword.
that
Last
was
time
really
around, she had
fast.
A lot more opportunities to build up those fracture stacks. This time around, Genesis Raws was dropping, the Ruel was dropping, and the Monarch could not finish the deal. There were still so many souls on the side of Rogen to have that defensive magic. Freerun was sitting so comfortable there. That match was 100% his.
And that's the difference of getting first pick in a matchup like this, because having first pick means as long as you win the rock, paper, scissors of the pre-bans, you get to pick up the OP character. You can pick up the Lady of the Scales, the Perfumer,
Tori,
maybe
Cigarette,
even the Notos, and
Polly,
Rogen Goto
and
was certainly the beneficiary of that match.
Now Omega will have first. After losing, choose to go first pick. Tori, Cigarette, Politis, Newman, Luna band.
Come on, impress me.
Going
First
fast,
pick
Rina.
Renak does get snatched up.
And
It almost makes me a little bit sad we won't be able to get to see Omega on that Sea Phantom Politis. That's one of his best characters. So many drafts designed around that character, and almost banned away every time. And Rogen Goto this time picks up the Airwall Make Chloe for himself. So we'll be able to mitigate a lot of damage, and Airwall will be stealing turn after turn against the single target high-speed Renak.
Ooh. A lot of people actually thinking about building Fumir right now after seeing that game. Well, Valky, would you recommend building Fumir right now?
Okay, let's see.
I think if you're an endgame player and you're trying to replicate this free run hyper carry strategy, she's
Mr.
certainly
Rogen
a very
Goto got
strong 4-5 pick. But if you're like a new player, or if you know,
Mr. Rogen Goto takes
no. You got to get your PvE in order,
really strong
get
mid
your
and
Wyvern in
fixed
order,
damage
get your
mid.
Rift in order, so you can make sure you have gear coming in. Get your PvE down first, and once you have all the PvE modes down on auto on the loop, well, then you can start thinking about what kind of PvP characters you want to play on the rank ladder.
That's the professional,
even further.
E7 professional answer. Yes, Car6.
100%. I just want to add that just look at the first few picks. You see Fumir picked a lot later in the draft. That means she's going to be more of like a tech, sometimes a counter pick. Take some of these early lineups, and those are going to be the ones you're picking 99% of the time.
And to add on that, caster professional comment will be, she is very pretty, so pick her up.
Love it.
If you like the character, that's who you should go for all the time.
Amen.
Passivita.
Leave it to me.
Oh, green
And they
Landy.
Ooh, I like this. Both character has self-cleanse against Omega's comp. Omega did go for that third pick, which is the
Oh my
music.
God!
Whoa!
Dragon
Beautiful.
Punch. That Landy out of the
Haven't
game.
seen this take back. It's like when we saw the Golden Boys the other week. Now we have
Uh-huh.
Milim counter picked into the Landy. She's going to be able to kind of bypass that potential stealth. And maybe, yeah, like you said, G-Clip, that Dragon Punch, Dragon Buster to the face.
Okay, I mean, if he's going to be picking a Milim this early, this has to be like a
That's true.
290, 300 speed Milim because you're not getting a turn with her if you have to play under all of these other characters. And of course, Rojin is hovering the last pick MLK Ron. Could be an Architect Leica. He's hovering some kind of light unit there. I think you want to get your speed priorities here because if you concede too much initiative and agency to Omega here, he will just be dancing in laps around you. If K-Ron gets locked in though, going to look to splash into his team with a lot of flat damage.
Yes.
I love this draft from both sides right now. Landy,
Okay.
you got the Twisted Idol
MLK Ron. If MLK Ron, you have
We're
to
looking for some stacks
ban
on
Milim.
full burst on Landy.
Is that right?
And also K-Ron.
Or do you ban
Let him
Ilinav?
do some counters. You can blow things up. So has an anchor end game. Omega though, Milim has to go. She snipes on Landy.
Yeah, the mitigation taken out there for the side of Rojin. Gonna be a little scary. He does have the defensives. He did pick up that ban. Here we go. Match started.
Consider this an honor.
You're knock from Omega. Down 0-1. Rojin with a really bit of a splash in his face draft. Movie target first.
I could take you in my sleep.
Snatch some
Solid
stats, as
target
Valky
selection.
mentioned.
Somehow, hurry over.
Wow, instead of going for the splash
Ooh.
damage, will just be S1ing to activate the flan. We are looking to just drop her immediately. Make
Rain
Chloe,
game, big
unfortunately,
damage
is going to
coming.
go
Then break
with the
stealth.
high.
After that,
Shall we?
That did so much damage.
skill 1, kill Landy.
Ones take it out. Double S1s here. And the match is 2v4.
Or was it? Or is it a play to kill
Guys, there's
Ida.
K-Rob and Ida.
I'm not sure.
Yep.
Let's see the pop.
Don't count him out.
The pop.
You're
I think
activated. We're
Rojin
dropping a bomb.
1.
Do not surrender. It's up to
I think
you.
that might be enough. Roja understands his win condition right there. Looks to close out the K-Ron. S1 counterattack comes through. Flan will not be able to kill. And I think as long as he can pop this K-Ron before he can get a turn,
Got you in the palm of my hand.
he can get this back. He can get this series back.
Counterattack.
Oh god, another counterattack.
I will not give in
Elinav?
to despair.
Some barrier on
This
that.
K-Ron is
K-Ron.
70% up the combat readiness bar.
Can you get him down? Can you bring him
I think
down?
he's gonna have
push
to.
him
One
back?
more shot left from the flan.
Or whatever you can do.
The promises of this
My
spear.
goodness.
Because once K-Ron takes his turn, it's all over.
Dropping the
Counterattack!
class picks up the buffs. That's a
You're
little
getting cleansed at
dangerous.
least.
Rojin.
Ballsy, aren't we?
Okay, we have 2 laps coming in from the side of Omega.
Walk in the park this
And
Oh,
skill
the
3. We
Renok
S1 the
S3
first
is
turn
still
to
there. I
proc.
think that might just be it.
I think it should be enough.
Oh my.
Get a little
One more
double
counterattack just
action,
comes with the
barriers,
shield.
and
Is it
enough to
enough?
save him.
That clueless.
Tenebria though.
Hold on.
Wow, she survived.
Duel from the... It's surely enough now.
GG.
Have a nice time.
Wow.
Omega comes back
Very
to
close.
fight him. The K-Ron.
Oh, that-
Little too slow. Little too slow. Was stuck on that speed bar.
You can't blame him for that though, right? The K-Run has to build in such a way that he's so stat hungry that the fast openers on the side of Omega were able to laugh. But you like that interaction was so interesting between the Festivita in that stealth. She set up the bomb, set up the debuffs, and then the K-Run was doing everything he could, counters. If he just got that one turn on skill 3, would have been lights out for Omega, but he knew his team was much faster. He was able to seal the deal just barely in time before it was over.
Yeah, lots of
You
sad
also have to
face.
wonder, he did ban the Milim there to protect his stealth characters, but the stealth characters, especially the Landy, didn't even get to do much that game. Would it have been better if he just banned the Flan? But going into the third game, wow, Freerun and Lady of the Scales taken out. Very good heads-up play by Elvmage, and now, does Rojan defend against this? We will see.
And let's see the bans. Ruel, Briar,
Boss Rinka, though, being hovered. I mean,
Ren,
so many free
and
bans.
Lady of the
No better
Scales.
first pick.
Yeah.
You say no better,
Will I be
but here is Yulha.
Yeah, that's a great pickup as well. There's still some strong contenders.
Yeah.
I think the first pick advantage not as heavy here in round 3 as compared to like round 1. Because look at this, you get a Genesis Raw Zula combo in exchange. I like that trade-off.
I will guide you through the
And the
light.
position is
Ice, yeah.
really good for Omega as well, because there's no Empyrean Illona, but the end does get locked in for Rojan Goto. Could be a little bit awkward because she isn't in that ban protection slot. She can always just be banned out. Spirit Eye Celine, though, another decent answer to this combo that you see. And on top of that, she is a hyper carry. We're seeing Rojan liking to play a lot of this third pick hyper carry playstyle.
Extra turns. Some no damaging skills. Maybe you'd like to see another Celine.
She could be a great tech counter pick. Maybe not here in this early. Hovering the Hellion
get
Lua.
wrinkled.
Round 3, we've
Uh-oh.
seen the power of this unit when she's uncontested.
Sealed Ice
Oh
Fluid!
my goodness.
Second time.
That's the second one. And she won the first time around.
She did.
Omega's taking a page out of Minoru's playbook, and of course Rojan will be clicking in that Aram. Although, unfortunately, should be a forced ban if you're picking her in this spot. So Rojan needs one more character that can potentially defend against this draft. This is going to be tough. You have two very strong combos in the Lua Surin as well as the Nurse Ross. Oh, Dark Warrior being hovered, maybe going for some kind of ML Aria, if I had to guess. Ooh, Designer Lilibet.
Concerned about the debuffs?
I mean, that's the power of the Hellion Lua. She can strip your immunities, provoke your team, as well as Sovereign to ignore resist completely. So a lot you could be doing. Ran is also a decent answer, but wow! Tactical Archetype Coley gets locked in. That has to be a top speed Spirit Eye Celine. Looks like Rojan Goto is going for the race.
Yeah, he wants to come over the top here. Omega's draft looking very scary, especially in the first 3. Has some counter pickups, as we discussed. So let's pick up the tempo. We talked about how high win rate Tactical Coley has. When she gets that first turn advantage, it is almost oppressive.
That speed imprint to go up a step to contest against that Lua on the left. Christy being hovered
I cannot let you pass.
to protect some
Yeah, he
main
doesn't
damage.
want those big debuffs coming through. Insta ban there on that Christie. We can't let that, as our game plan is a very all-in one. But here we go. We have some signs of life on the side of Rojan. We have that DN, that anti-pen resistance.
Okay.
We have the form of a hyper carry and nice openers here.
Who's gonna open up? There's extra Coley
Let's
and
dance together.
ICN.
Please, save us.
Tien does get the first turn, and she's going to push her team. We're going over the top, like you said, Car. Attack buff, as well as the hit buff comes in here. A Ghost immediately for the Soul Burn on the Genesis Rock. Look at that damage! What is that?
One tap?
On a Roz. Well calculated. It was a close kill too, but it pays off. First life gone there. Now he's going to be susceptible to debuffs. Yulha, though, gets the cut.
Oh, and the Nurse steals the turn. I think that's a Warhorn.
That's big for Omega. Yeah, you see a lot of times we have that cut artifacts, and this is exactly why. Now we get a superhuman cut in.
Oh, Genesis
G-Ross.
Ross finally takes over. We're going for the seal on the Spirit Eye. Uh-oh. I think Roja's game plan is falling apart.
No mercy.
And 58,000 HP's coming at your face. Here's Giras. Boom! Game locked and sealed. Omega for the first time in the knockout stage. After all these years, he's finally there. He's finally
gonna do him like
there.
that? Not wrong though. I bet he's breathing a huge sigh of relief. This bracket was made for him, but not to take anything away. He played so well. 2-1 here against Rojin. Rojin, I really liked what he did, especially early on, but it just seemed like as the matches progressed, Omega took it here in a convincing fashion.
Yeah, good catch, Rocky. I think that was Warhorn for the extra speed. Yeah, good cut.
And I mean, for Omega's draft, you really see the power of these powerhouse
Good
duos,
job, Lua.
dynamic
Sure,
duos,
man.
if you will. With the Nurse Ross, them by themselves can single-handedly take over a match. And when you have Heli and Lua and Sealed Eye Surin, they can certainly do the same. But being outsped this
Yeah.
game, you just need your team to carry you and hold it down.
Yeah, Genesis Ross win rate keeps on going up and up. I think he's around 61% now with the wins today. So that's
Just
something
such a good unit.
and a
And
free
it's crazy
to
that he's
play
not contested
character.
early. Oh yeah.
You just have
It's
to
almost
complete
like
some
he was
missions.
delivered.
Oh, a lot of
He
missions.
was delivered to save the player base.
Lua is such
Strong
a
character. Yeah, good question, Ravalki. Having this flan, instead of Milim.
Give you a hand.
Like Milim is indeed very strong. Single target, you can also soul burn, go for the landy, but it feels like Flan did a lot more job than just that by dual attacking.
I mean, the whole point of playing for a Twisted Idol and K-Ron endgame is you're just looking to survive as long as you can, and then when he finally inevitably gets a turn, pound the hit in, and get like 15,000 fixed damage
Okay,
in on the entire
I'll just get some
really sad
food.
to see that you just get
I'll keep the
outplayed
stream
by
up.
an afternoon so
It's gonna be like 5 minutes
so
or something.
Sad the Spirit Eye Celine didn't win though. She had so much damage. The potential was there, but the Nurse Ross combo, especially the Warhorn Nurse, stealing the turn there was
Yeah,
a little
just a little
much.
bit of an unfortunate cut there. We weren't able to proc that Coley, barely cut out, and as we saw, that Superhuman was enough to seal the deal.
Yeah, really might have got a little too excited after that one tap kill onto G-Ross. That was a lot of damage indeed. So here's the update. Omega will be advancing into the knockouts top 16 next week. We don't have matches next week, again, to remind you guys. But we're still not done with Group G. There's no break today in Group G. We go through all 3 matches. Usually we have 2 matches and then a break, and then the 3 matches. But since we're missing 2 matches because of Map D missing, we will go through the 3rd one, match 3, complete our group first, Group G, and see who else is going up. So between the lost players of first 2 matches, Turgwen versus Rojin. Now both players against Omega, they had somewhat of a specific plan. Now they're going up against each other. This had to be maybe some homework, not fully prepared, maybe prepared. We'll see what happens. Are they getting ready? It seems so. Let's talk about these players a little bit from the draft. Both players, of course, Freeran was top priority in first game. You think that'll happen again, Valky?
Yeah, I think they're going to be fighting over who gets to play her. And I'm almost expecting both players in the lobby right now just shooting up a prayer to the big man up above, hoping for first pick, because that's really the secret ingredient to getting that hyper carry draft off.
And his opponent, who just went 1-2 against Omega. Close match. But certainly was a tough one. Aram, Koli, Celine, Diane. You can see the damage and see, okay, this guy's got gear. This guy's got some stats on. So we'll see if they go speed or tone it down, go for the regular game. 2-3, not a bad score for either. But I would say Rojin's got a huge profile win. That's a big plus.
Hey, you can't dunk on Turkey, man. That guy is a big fan of the Rima. You gotta respect the waifu game.
One of Rima's few fans, huh?
Before, I'm just gonna drop this. Before Rima was in the band, in the Valentine's, I actually did not know the gender for the longest time.
Yeah.
I had a wrong idea on it. But here we go. Notos, Lady of the Scales,
should
Tien,
do.
Biblis, the common bands are there. Oh, actually not Biblis. Excuse me, that's Yulha in the band.
Daring today, aren't we?
Yeah, we've seen Biblis banned out a lot in today's sets. First time she's gonna make it through, or maybe the second time compared to the first one with Omega. That Swift Blackbear Cigarette also usually coming out in round 2. It's picked up early here on the side of Turgan. Very strong debuffer. We saw how powerful the S2 can be as well when she calls in all her allies.
Wow, Rojan
E7
covers over
Masters.
that Ruel. I mean, you already have 2 of the
rice
strongest
isn't
support
cooked yet.
Soul Weaver. Let's just put a hyper carry on 3.
I got first pick.
Those unworthy shall step
Okay.
aside.
Haha! Celine. I've seen yours.
Hyper carry versus hyper carry. We do have the Biblis on the side of.
Wait, it's been a while since we've seen Biblis today, no?
Something you have to consider.
He wasn't
when fighting
picked
against her.
in the entire matches.
I think Turgan needs to be very careful with this pick here, because if he
Don't
goes
stand
too
against me.
fast, then Rojan can just keep stacking supports in, but ooh, goes through the Litica, and I think Rojan just says, you know what,
What
I like
rice?
these odds, and just drops 2 openers.
2 parts white
Oh my
rice, 1
goodness.
part quinoa,
Guy's
1 part
bloodthirsty.
lentils.
Ruel and Briarwitch, okay.
Yeah, a little
Festivita?
anti-synergy there, but he's
Banlua,
confident in that
Banas.
picking status. 5th pick, ban handshake comes out for both sides.
Very fast. Almost giving me no time to write these heroes down, and we're going in! Third match of Group G.
Somehow I
1% cut for
Spaced out.
Briarwitch for Rojan.
That was a close one.
Ooh.
Pays off for Rojan though on the 4 and 5 picks.
You
He wanted to
Soulbringer?
have that first turn advantage.
the Dark Witch.
Man, Turgan
You
can't
don't?
get a break today. I think this is the second time he's lost a race, especially with this Litica. We'll be pushing up the team. Freerun does not get the cut though. Ooh, this is still such an awkward turn.
Wow, it hits. And then
Looking to
Biblis
drop
comes
the
here.
S2. Debuffs do not stick on the free run. She will be stealing the turn, and look at the amount of defense breaks on Turgan's side. This is looking dangerous. Free run is shooting it down.
The power of
So why did he not push Biblis? Priren? Did he?
Feeling a bit strange?
Imagine those debuffs land on the Ruka as well. Favorable for Turgan, but not looking good here. Rojan now ripping that skill 3 on the Perfumer. Biblis adding more venoms, and surely that's enough.
only boss. Aruka is standing, but got no employees on the back.
Interesting.
1-0.
What a fast match.
Like, not much to comment because
Yeah.
yeah, plenty of debuff comes from Briarwitch. Free run to clean up. Good turn snatch, I guess.
You just got cleaved. Sometimes you gotta go next.
Oh. Yeah, no turn for Spirit Isoline. Secret just stood there. Litica is kind of squishy after the opening turn. So we go with the second game. Iseria, G-Ross, Tori, New Moon, Luna is the band. Lots of Tori snipes happening
Luna.
from the players today.
Tori Ban and then Assyria and Jiras.
Chloe does get picked up first. I think Rojan, yeah, definitely wants to play a little bit of speed here, especially when you do ban out that Tori. It usually
I made it
telegraphs
in the nick of
you're looking to
time.
play a debuff or some kind of speed and debuff mix in your team structure. And first of all, though, he's going to start the draft splitting up that made Arrowwell combo.
Come on, Derek. You got this, my guy.
I'll wrap things up momentarily.
Early Bellona.
Ah. Yeah, we've seen this sometimes. Early hyper carry pickup from Rojan. Wants to make sure the rest of his draft is not, predicated on having those late carry DPSs. Now he's more flexible on what he can put in that spot 3. Let's see how Turgan replies in answer to that pick.
We are playing with no warfare rules, and no warfare rules, I would say in general, is unfavorable for the Bellona. Bellona's very much buffed by, I think, 3, I think now 2 out of the 4 warfare rules that we have. So Turgan could go for like a Sea Phantom Politis strategy.
Don't you play
but
faster?
Seeing as that he
you
just
play
been
more
outsped
aggro?
twice even
From this
today,
angle.
he might be feeling a little uncomfortable with the speed, but oh, no Tori. You're gonna feel uncomfortable playing against this Bellona if you don't just have confidence in your
fucking-
speed gear.
We're playing the vampire girl.
Against this lone
No,
crescent below.
on 3.
Tori.
もう引いてください
Safe fans. Oh my god, it was
What
hovered
the
earlier.
fuck?
We got a
Been a
Shuna
while
lock
since
in
I had to
10-8.
step in.
Followed by Harsel.
Bro.
Why this many Soul Weavers though?
She's a Soul Weaver, but she
You know,
has some
we've
debuffs
seen
as well.
a lot of structures where it's Soul Weaver, Hyper Carry. Maybe he just has the world's best Harseti as the Hyper Carry. You never know. That could be the case, but we'll have to see once we lock in and load into the game. Schneel being hovered, no. Dragon King Sharoon, so we're looking to counterplay the sleeps coming in from the Shuna and potentially any Abyssal Crown procs if this Harseti is in fact on that
Oh
artifact.
my god.
And the counter
Speaking
himself.
of anti-sleep,
Luna Yeager.
we saw a big win coming in from Dark Corvus. Yes, a hyper carry. If he's let through, you're gonna need some damage. Also, Turgan, he has a lot of like splash damage that could also hyper accelerate him after his initial
I'll
S3.
take your life.
BA Ravi gets locked in by Turgan though. Looking to just face tank the Dark Corvus if he
What-
can.
how does
and
a new
the Dark
Aravi
Corvus
work?
does,
She can't
in
get
fact,
stunned,
trade
right?
out one of her teammates.
What else?
Maybe you just swing your axe and you trade 1 for 1.
I do
I'm
like
lost.
that pickup.
I'm so
He's-
lost.
She's very tanky. G-Clef has, you know, she may not die to the Dark Corvus, has injury, can also revive, as Valky was saying. So I like this pickup on Turgan. However, it's almost like it's a little out of date. We have some early Shuna, APOC on 4. I like what he's cooking, but I think Rojin's draft is just much more cohesive. We'll see how it pans out.
I've been waiting for
Setsuka.
you.
I would say the Lone Crescent Bellona is quite scary as well. And of course, last pick Setsuka comes in. Just looking to outplay with the evasion a little bit. You don't feel that good picking her into Dark Corvus or Lone Crescent Bellona. And of course, last pick Lionheart Sirmia. It's not looking quite good for Turgan. I'll tell you that much.
We
Of course,
had to
both
get that
Dark
Corvus
Warriors
out.
being traded out.
Yeah, and with the Ravi gone, that was the one unit on Turgan's side that I was very confident in. But here we go.
I think Rojin Winter.
Steady shuffle start.
It's best I end it here. I've more important matters to attend to.
And let's also see some numbers.
お助けいたします
Oop. Some reds and Sirmia only.
リムル様を邪魔する者は絶対に
Shuna?
We're looking to
we
just
go,
run
but
that
that
S3
Dragon
and of
King
course the
Shrew.
sleep cleanse
Free
away.
Cascade for what?
And death into life
Was expected with the Dragon Sharoon.
Impressive. I protect.
Last
That's what I
debuffs
do.
in
Now what?
session.
7-8.
Those who stray from the path of
Going
righteousness.
for the extra stun.
Effectiveness buff on the arrow while we're fishing for a stun on the maid. Does it land?
Things
Resistance.
are finally heating up.
Made glowy after all.
That's what she's known for.
Miss. Wow, it hit. Skill 3.
One
Your
hit.
desire.
Allow me
Okay.
to awaken your desire.
Oh my god, it could win.
Seska needs
Cleanse?
to go now, and we'll be landing blind on 3 characters, and I'm almost not convinced that's the turn order you would want.
Oh
if you're
my
the Seska
god,
player.
there can win.
Normally speaking, you want to trigger the Lionheart passive far from over, get her immunity and defense buff up, and then use the Seska ultimate to strip. And now with this miss, I mean, a whole chain of events will happen. We're gonna have to see where this one goes, fellas. This is gonna get messy.
Play the animation, guys. Here we go.
Merely delay the inevitable.
Let's make this a
Lots of
night
extra
to
damage
remember.
and Sirmia run.
21k HP Bellona.
This is far
Talk
more
right.
thrilling.
Get the first hit through. Turgan's team holds on, but we're looking at low health bars across the board. For
Oh my god.
One more hit, Soulburn
that's
comes
a
in.
hit!
It even drops the revive.
Their battles wisely.
That is big for Rojin. Counterattack coming
Okay,
through. Turgan
uh,
come back big right now.
Rojin won.
Gets the
Guess
proc.
you're more than
my
just
goodness.
rabble.
So low on health.
Let's see. Don't go down too fast.
I think Rojin is getting almost every single RNG
GG.
toss he could be asking for right now. And another back from the Bologna. Misses on a few, but oh man, these health bars do not look good. Shuna S3 should still be on board, but no, instead we're going to soul burn the S1 for a little bit of healing.
Another try
Yeah,
to
that did some
overcome.
heal. Couple thousands.
Yeah, the awkward thing with Shuna, the equalizer was going to be a tough spot, so the Soulburn play, he reckoned he would get more healing out of it. DK Sharoon, proc
Oh.
counter.
Wow, we survived.
Lethal Whispers.
I did not see that coming.
Another rebuttal. Setsuka looking a lot healthier, though.
Audacity of these scoundrels.
More counters you have.
Miss? No counter?
Things
Another
are
miss.
finally
Does
heating
not
up.
get the counter attack this time.
Forget the wine. I'm gonna fill this goblet with your blood.
Lionheart, Sermia,
And that's a hit on all of them.
Oh my god!
Interesting.
Welcome.
That symbol of unity paying off dividends.
In the nick of time.
Interesting, my guy.
This Sermia can certainly land a hit.
Better to have some
That's
exercise.
Rojin.
Otherwise,
Going to the knockout stage of top 16 for E7 Masters. Will be the second player to move up from Group G, along with Omega. Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah. As we were discussing, the draft did look a little better for the side of Rojin, and I think the RNG was on his side. That symbol of unity, Lionheart, was just landing hit after hit, and it was just on the back foot for the side of Turgan from the beginning.
And you got to feel a little bit bad for Turgan, but not that much, because
Looked
anytime
hard.
you draft yourself into a Harsetti composition,
I don't know, man.
you're almost signing away your life
Like-
to RNG, because every
There
single
was no
character that's
cohesiveness
good
in
this
the
matchup
draft,
is
right?
just so
Like, you're
heavily
picking
random.
Harsetti
From the speed RNG, often the turn one,
after the
into
first
all
two
of the
picks.
counter attacks, extra attacks, follow-up attacks. When you pull all the things together, it's almost like you're just going to the slot machines.
Yeah, with Shuna. But the counter pick was indeed really good too. This was a free run showcase with a bit of a splash from the perfumes.
As we said, not much to discuss. It was just a quick lead for the side of Rojin.
From life into death. And death into life anew.
And also
I protect.
Honestly,
clutch pick again. Dragon Sharoon, another win.
more thrilling.
When you're up against so many counter attacks, here is Lionheart Stormia, just like last week.
Fill this goblet with your blood.
Just hit.
Man, normally Lionheart Sermia versus Setsuka is, I would honestly even say it's like a 40-60. 60 in favor of the Lion, but there it didn't even look close.
Yeah, single target hit, and also the S3 hit was indeed very big. So here's the update. Omega, Rojin Goto, up in top 16 now. Just 2 seats left. We have 14 players. Looking at the bottom, Wanpi, Fan, Keith, Vicchun. The last four players for the group stage. Get hyped. Another very strong groups coming up very soon. 2 global, 2 Asia. Let's see which 2 players will make it. Very quick and fast matches today for Group G. And so far, it seems like the players have implemented some of the cool picks from last week. Not Shuna though. Lionheart Sormia, some more Setsuka, and also a lot more Helio Lua too. So that was a bit of a surprise that a lot more groups, a lot of more players are picking that up. And so far, sub updates has been done. So Omega, Rojin Goto moving up for the next knockout stage. And then we'll find the 2 last spots from Group H coming up soon, which means we do have a little bit of a break, guys. So stay hydrated, and we'll be back in 10.
Ten minutes, man. Okay. Well, waiting, guys.
負けません。皆さんの力を今すぐやろう。強力な攻撃が予測されます。警戒してください。
What is up, people? It is Vic Chun, and I'm here to show you how you can cleave in Epic 7, even if you started in 2026 with the new era update. Cleave in RTA isn't just about limited or collaboration heroes that are not available anymore, like Freeman. It's more so about understanding your strengths and weaknesses while playing to your strengths every single time. And in this guide, I've created a simple cleave framework, or some might call a flowchart, that you can follow or apply to your own game so that you can reach your desired rank. Note, results may vary depending on your gear, but just know heroes are no longer a limitation with all of the amazing rewards that the new era update provides. Now, assuming you're taking advantage of the discounted Mystic summons that all players benefit from, some of the MO5 heroes you can rely on in RTA are Lady of the Scales, Boss Arunca, and Nodos. Genesis Ross being free after 2 weeks should be no surprise, which is why he's in this spot as well. But
Want anything? Could you get me
City and Valiant in every single game?
any bread?
This is the most important step, otherwise everything else will fall apart due to their unique passives taking over the game. And these are your core first picks. If one of them are pre-banned or stolen during the draft, pick the next one in line from left to right. They will be just fine.
Give me any
Since
pastry.
we are talking about cleave, you want to pick up aggressive early picks that support your opener. Units like Witch of the Mere Tenebria, Tactical Archetype Holy, or Spirit Eye Celine really dictate the pace of the game and sets you up for an aggressive draft. Now, mind you, I did put Spirit Eye Celine in here because you can buy her for $10 in one of the early Moonlight packs, which I hope you didn't skip out on because that is infinite value. And at this stage, you're still flexible to decide which opener pairs the best with your first two picks. There are a lot of different cleave options in Epic 7, but I'll be focusing on these two in particular, Reenact and Amid, which you can receive from the Milestone of Radiance. Reenact performs exceptionally well against squishy targets, but his defense penetration allows him to shred through strong openers like Boss Arunca. Amid performs exceptionally well against low tempo teams by her ability to provide combat readiness and skill nullifier to your team. This lets you run over opponents who pick to passively, and I'll show you how to utilize each opener in real games. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and follow the guidelines, right? We're gonna go with the Harsetti and Valiant pre-bans. And luckily we are first pick this time around, so hopefully you were able to get your hands onto Lady of the Scales, but she is banned out. So I will go ahead and pick up Genesis Ross, assuming that you did not get Nodos or Boss Arunca. Alright, so the enemy is going to go ahead and pick up Nodos and Empyrean Ilnav, so I definitely want to apply pressure onto his team. And so I'm going to go ahead and immediately pick up Witch of the Mere Tenebria, but let's just say you don't have her. Let's try to go with Perfumer Biblis, who is currently on the banner, and we're gonna go ahead and pick up a Reenact for our team as well. Now, Perfumer Biblis is one of those units that has effectiveness, and she has the injury on her kit with S3, and Reenact is going to be the opener that gives us tempo and allows us to pick a lot of damage and try to overwhelm the enemy. And looks like he goes for Christie and Monarch of the Sword Isiriya, which is a big counter unit. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Mort, which is in the 4th and 5th picks, as you can see. And additionally, I want to pick another character that's going to allow us to land the debuffs that we're going to need, or in fact, rather, go for really big damage. So I am going to want to maybe think about going for Afternoon So Clan maybe, or even going for like a Robin and just go try to land my debuffs onto them. Could be kind of interesting. And so, because Robin is an RGB, pick up that Robin. And Robin did recently get buffed as well, with her Assassin's Pledge getting reworked a little bit from the recent balance patch. So this combination of units can be pretty strong. We're going to go ahead and ban up the Bunny Dom as it gives immunity and stuff. And off we go. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try to pilfer the Nodos. We did get double countered. Hopefully this doesn't result in us dying. Okay, that was kind of scary. And now we're gonna go for the S3, throw out our damage. I don't believe we're gonna be able to actually tag this. I don't think we're gonna be able to tag this. So I'm gonna try to dispel the Illinev because I need the Illinev to die, as the Illinev is gonna be the cleanser in this team. Oh, we land 3 burns. That's massive. I'm going to soul burn S3 from the Assassin's Pledge and detonate all the burns. Nice, we got defense break on to Nodos. Robin might die here. We were able to proc the Holy Sacrifice, and now Biblis is going to be able to get the turn. Monarch of the Sword Isiri is going to move. That is totally fine. We're totally okay with that. Not really, but I have to try to... I need to land my debuffs onto Nodos. I do have a redirect provoke, so it is not over yet. Oh, there we go. We got the redirect provoke, which is massive. And now I'm gonna soul burn S2 onto the Monarch Isiri. I want to seal off her passive so that I can penetrate her defense. I have to unfortunately eat another counter and take more injury, but I think it's okay. We will S3, we're going to kill off Christie, we'll kill off Nodos in the process. Hopefully we can do enough damage onto this Monarch Isiri while we're injured. Okay, eat another Elbrus. Now, Monarch Isiri no longer has the S3, so she cannot cleanse. This is going to proc my Biblis again. And now I am going to go for a Soul Burn S1, which is going to trigger a dual attack with my D-Ross, and that's going to kill off the Monarch Isiri. Nice and easy. And that is all the time we have for today. Cleaving in 2026 as a new player is still possible, contrary to popular belief, as I've shown you just now. To me, there's no better way than winning games as a cleaver, and with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
And welcome back to E7 Masters, everyone. Time for Group H, last group for actually 4 weeks of groups. Actually, finishing right here to find out the 2 more players. This group's got a problem because it's another stacked roster of players that I don't know which 2 players are going up, right? So that's a big question. Falky, I just have to put you up again on a spot. Select 2, and if you get it wrong, what will you do? X7
I'm
challenge.
down to eat a
Thanks
bulldog.
for
No
Zabret.
water, no milk,
Whoa, no cheese?
no
ice cream.
cheese, no dairy products.
Which bulldog though? Regular or like the extra spicy or like the?
Actually, I think
pick
I
up
want
an extra
coffee as
spicy,
well.
that's not a
Wait, let me mix some
Okay,
as
I'll
well.
make sure to go watch your stream. Oh, nothing. You're gonna get it wrong. Which names? Which names though? Which names? I want to hear
I
names.
think
I want to hear
1P
names.
and Keith, if you really had to put me under the gun.
Okay. Alright, Victon, the Victon, and we got Fan as well. So Wampy fan, Keith, Victon. Big four names.
I'm gonna go 1P Vic Chun. I just watched that cleave guide by Vic, and my man, he's got the heart of a warrior.
He does teach a lot of cleavers, which I don't know if it's a good thing or not. For fast games, yes, but if I'm getting cleave, maybe not. But
Same.
we live in the days where Ruel is available, Maid Chloe is another big thing. Lots of, somewhat of answers against lots of cleaves. Like you can have lots of anchors. Depending on where you are, there might be different anchors, depending on the speed. So we do have a bit of a surprise. Okay, I do have to apologize because there's something extra that we have today. Dang, there we go. Masters, now.
Now.
Because you have to wait for 15 more seconds, I made that apology. Now. That's a lot of
I know.
now. Masters,
It's aggressive.
Mark now _ 0502. That's a lot to type. Make sure to copy paste so everyone can copy paste.
Yeah, chat's got it on lock.
It's a lot of typing. Essing. Thank you so much. And we also have some numbers, extra numbers. Ooh. Wampy's got half of the votes. Oh wow. Wampy, somewhat of names, of course, from lots of previous
Hey,
tournaments.
those were the two I voted. Keith is definitely a monster though, so it's gonna be rough.
I'm not gonna tell you who I voted for. Keith, Victon, also 23. That's almost a 1/4. Fan, not as much, but you never know. You never just know because from the previous results, we had some single-digit win prediction of players actually moving up to the knockout. So very interesting group overall, and we'll talk more about the players on the next screen. Group intro, Group H. Wampy, as you know, lots of qualifiers, but never in that knockout stage. Well, maybe this is the time. Keith, last year's top 16, got some speed, I can tell. And today is the day with Dragon Queen Sharoon. Might be the day. It might be the profile buff. Victon, are we going to see that Fern? I don't know. I don't know. And Fan, not as much, but very well-known names. Very, very well-known names to especially the global community as well. So let's go with our first matchup. I believe our first player is Wampy, first seed versus fourth. Oh, before now, we got the updated groups. Tournament tree, just to double check. So let's go with Wampy. Savaki. We said this guy has a pretty good chance of escaping out of the group. Why is that? Why? Can you tell us some reasons?
I think 1P is one of the oldest players actually in this tournament in terms of how much he's been around the scene, been around the community. He's a part of the Chinese players in the global server that's, I think, been there since super early times. He's always been competitive. You see him in like top 10, top 20 in arena. And then when RTA first came out, he was also always in the top ranking. So you always see this guy in there. He's also known as a very big whale. However, unlike Keith, which is the two biggest whales I think in this group, he's not very fast. He's maybe fast on a single character, which is most likely why you see this ban protect Renock quite often. But he's very well known for how tanky his account is and how much damage gear he has.
As you can tell, very fast. Ooh, another Renock, pair of Renock in the most pick, most ban protection. We might be having some contest between Wampy and Fan. Fan's intro to say, I'm a slow ass turtle. I feel like I've seen that. I feel like
Slowly?
I
Is that-
feel like
Asia
am I
players just
dreaming?
love saying
Am
that.
I dreaming? I feel like I've heard that from lots of Asia players.
I don't believe it for a
I
minute.
think
We have
Asia
that
server
Renok.
players just compare themselves to each other. That's why they all think they're slow, because none of them are Keith.
There are
Yeah, and I
some
think they just
crazy
all
gears.
like to go fast. You can see, indicated by the pre-bans, Zio Harsetti out of there. We are wanting to take that first turn.
There's always some crazy speed numbers, gear tuning from Asia. But as you can tell, but most ban does make sense. Most pre-ban Zio, maybe don't want to really contest. Or he's banning Zio because he's got the gears. Either way. And also Harsetti, you don't want to shuffle because you're confident with your speed gear. Might be the reason. Wampi versus Fan 64. Somewhat more relatable now because we've got some more numbers compared to the other group. I think
Yeah,
we
they're
just have
definitely
to,
familiar with each other's game.
That's actually
So,
really
10
interesting.
total
They
matches.
ran into each other that many times.
yeah, different sort. Oh, hold up, hold up! No, no!
Oh my goodness.
No! Wait,
All
what?
right.
Really?
And he might give it
Do you
up.
like the
No!
Oh my
No,
god.
He's
He's
giving
no
it up.
toast.
We're seeing
Biblis.
Notos versus Biblis.
Did we ever have
Well,
this?
of course, you
no,
gotta
no
pick it
toast?
up on the side of Wampi. No, we haven't seen
I think
this
it's
yet.
the
Every
first-
time
yeah,
I believe he's been left up, he's taken in the first
He
big
was.
spot, G-Clef.
I think this was the first time where the second pick was able to pick up Notos. Wow.
That is a power play from Fan, so he definitely has some kind of plan here in store. Most likely, as we
Forgetting
discussed
something?
with his lineup, he's going to try to pick up the pace, play very aggressive, and either rely on evasion, look at Setsuka there, to kind of mitigate the damage that the Notos can do, or just kind of kill him outright.
To be made an example of.
boss.
Wow, and Wampi had the option to go Zio there, but instead goes for Boss or Ruka instead. So he's playing this real slow and steady. Looking to actually just tank it up. Does not want to race a Renok no matter what. Hovering a blue Lua right now. Not likely that gets locked in, but you tell me he's going to play debuffs here just to pick rain it down onto the Setsuka as well as the Biblis, I believe you.
Not
Blue
in
Lua, though.
26.
Maybe not this one. Well, not in round 1. If you told me this was a round 3 pick, I think that's quite possible.
She can be fast. Or faster if you're on a bike.
Speaking of fast, that's a
Yeah.
powerhouse pick. Wampi hovering the Swift Flag Bear Cigarette. No, ups back to Torch. He's finally let out of pre-ban or post-ban jail. First time we're seeing her today, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. She's been pre-banned.
Glory be with us.
Rel of Blight. Is it Notos tanking for 40 damage?
As expected.
Let's see. Rel and which of the mirror? Tenebria?
I'm not sure I like what Fan is cooking here entirely. I'll have to wait to see the full thought process, but it seems like we might need to ban the Noto still despite having like an evasion game plan. And then we're at the mercy of Tori versus a Setsuka. We'll have to see how the bans go. Wampi now needs a 5th pick to round out his draft.
And you really like Wampi's position here because there are quite a bit of single target for Fan on Fan side, and with a Boss Aruka holding it down and 3rd pick Ban Protect, you have a lot of safety in almost anything else you want to play, which is what makes this Noto so scary here. Ross does get locked in. We're immune to debuffs through the first 5 turns of combat. Will be a very big threat.
Genesis Ross was the last pick. I know some of you out there was sort of excited from seeing that Roy Mustang, but not going to be fitting here. Biblis
Notos
ban.
is left through.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're going to rely on the debuffs. We're going to rely on the evasion. There is a Tori, but we have the likes of Ruel. So I kind of see what Fan is cooking. This is very dangerous. Let's see if it pans out.
Notos is in game. Game 1.
Come on, impress me.
Renok fans' name of the game is to have a full lockdown.
Disappointed struggling. Ouch, ouch.
Still hurt.
Bossy, aren't we? Trying to get away.
Don't really have anything stopping the full combo coming in, so we'll be getting the Pilfer plus the bomb going through. Will be a lot of damage though. The Tori almost
my
go down on her own. Wow.
She should be. Gone in an instant now.
Fans really considering using the skill 2 actually does commit to it to finish off the Tori. We're not going to be dropping all of the debuffs just to control Wampi's team. So Wampi's down a team member this early into the match.
Yeah, and it's a very important one as well in the form of Tori. He was going to be our unit to hit these evasion units, and now Fan just has to rely on RNG. Favored to his side, by the way. Get some dodges and outlast this Nodos.
Good boss Arunka soul burn for Wampi's side. We can pull this to the end now, and with this combo, we will be pushing back the entirety of Fan's team. Notos is getting a clear lane to the finish line.
Notos gets a turn.
Uh-oh, the end. Big debuffs, and yes, G-Clef, Nodos. Gonna see an activation.
Consider this an honor.
The
All
god
right,
of battle
everything is cleared.
has appeared.
No, you're a down. Fortune is on our side.
Fan's gonna take the initiative. No boss Arunka buff, no buffs of any kind. We can just close out a few of Wampi's characters here. Really put Notos into the end game. Does he close out the solo? Now, to remind you guys, in order for Notos to win this end game, he does have a couple of objectives. First, he needs to kill the Ruel. If the Ruel is alive, well, she's going to be able to heal back and top off anybody on her team. Secondly, you have to kill the Setsuka. Setsuka is alive, evasion could ruin your Notos game plan. And
the other side.
we'll be activating his skill 1 dual attack here. Won't be landing any debuffs, but you're gonna have to press that button regardless.
Who do you choose first?
I'm very curious
Does
as
have
well what
souls on his
artifact he's
side.
rocking.
Doesn't go for the burn. Wow, knows his damage, runs it into the Ruel, goes for the prime target first, 26k, takes it right out.
First one down.
Fan, soul.
I'm nervous. Over here.
The end still getting a turn there. A little bit of a dual attack. That's a natural dual attack. Hang on a second. I don't know if she should have gone to do that.
Dual attacks are in order. That one definitely determined. Here we go. Nodos, the second action.
Miss.
Gets the miss.
And
That's a
that's
counterattack.
the miss Fan was hoping for.
It's a bit
That's
of
right.
a...
It's one of the counter plays in a Nodos. Just dodge. Rely on that RNG.
Oh, here's the
Here we
soul
go.
burn.
Soul burning now.
Greatest honor. Take pride as you demand.
Oh, does get the first kill on a miss though, but he's now out of the domain. Ooh, and Setsuka finally gets the debuff off. I think Notos is actually stuck in a pretty uncomfortable spot here.
Counterattack.
The S1
Oh, yeah.
counterattack. Does the lethal proc? No lethal.
No lethal. Setsuka ramping up though, and Nodos still 2 turns back to his S3.
One more.
Another counterattack.
There's ecstasy in buying taboo. Here, have it.
Setsuka. Release.
Oh!
And one more
Holy
counter.
sacrifice.
Let's see what you got.
Can this 2,825 Setsuka heal back?
I've no interest in fleas.
Soul burn is available. Does not get the kill. Now Notos
Miss.
needs to... Oh no, he misses again. Counter.
GG.
Wow.
The god has been brought down. Fan releasing the god from the draft does get that win. I think this is also the first win after the expansion, right? From Notos?
Yeah, I
let's see
believe
it.
so as well. Just very fortunate turn of events. Fan knew exactly what he was setting up there, has an evasion game plan, and was able to knock off that Tori super early with that first turn lead. That re-knock damage was insane, and the Witch of the Mirror, little alley-oop, takes her out, and from there, Nodos, as Valky was saying, has so much on his plate, he was able to knock it down to a 1v1 scenario, and it was still so close, but Fan played those out, and what a statement.
Now, this is a problem. People are asking for Notos buff. Notos is weak.
Guys.
We need a buff on Notos. Not a chance. Nice try, guys. No.
Wait, just a minute.
I will
Is
just
this
stick
right?
that-
One Piece, the one that
I don't think it's
that
gonna
had
happen
issues
ever.
with last year's
Ever.
C7
Maybe not
WC, right?
Never, but not for a long period of time. Here we go. Second
Briar
game.
Poly,
Free-Ren.
double Briar ban, and then
Seria.
Free-Ren.
Oh, dual ban there. And Politis added to the ban.
You be
Ombi better catch up. There's Yulha.
Wow, good ban on fan side. Takes out the free run with the Briar Witch as well as the Sea Phantom. If I didn't know any better, I'd say Wampy was the one setting up to play for a free run hyper carry, but that does seem a little bit out of character for him to play. But Nurse Yolha buffing up high HP characters, that seems perfectly in character with what we've seen from him.
Elina. Early Q, so you don't get sniped with your main damage.
Ilyenav.
Genesis Ross was picked last game, so cannot be
Who's the
picked.
second pick? Who's our other options here?
Yeah, that's a great call out, G-Clef. A lot of times
Hera.
in contention, either taken away from the combo with Yula
Here,
or
Hera.
that you'll have Ross combo. Fan now
Is that all
hovering.
you have
We've
to
seen
show
these
me?
early Lone Crescent Bellonas on too.
Yeah, I can't say. Yeah, I can't really criticize. She is indeed very good.
If you draft Pera here, what's the expectation?
Really good
Tori's out of the
identified
picture,
by these
right?
players because Sea Phantom Politis is pre-banned, as well as in the Lunatic ban slot, Tori is out. There's not a lot of good default counters for this Lone Crescent Bellona unless you want to commit to
Oh, they swapped it over.
maybe a New Moon Luna on third pick ban protect. She's very hard to beat when you take her out this early.
Lots to think about. What's really good to snipe against Bellona and a few other. Ooh.
It's hollow justice.
New Moon Luna for
at
now.
best.
Oh, Emma Luna's up. Wow.
Pace.
And Cigarette in the
Goes
vent
for the Cigarette.
protection.
Those are some
Ooh,
scary
and this is
debuffs.
part
Fan
of the
has to be
wrist.
prepared for.
Yes, Falcon.
It's a very risky play. Double debuffs this early. No Genesis Ross, no Tori, so Fan does in fact need to go for a cleanse setup. He needs to play a lot of cleansers here if you really, really want to get the draft through this New Moon Luna, as well as the Flag Cigarette. The debuff Seals, Unbuffable, as well as those Fears is just so nasty. And of course, maybe you don't need the cleanse if those debuffs never land. Silvertide Christie being hovered here. The passive does give all of her effect resistance over to one single ally. So it
I've
does
made
in
it
fact
this far.
let you carry, but
I
now
won't lose.
that's locked in. You still need one more strong pick.
That's right. You want to have two hyper carries in case the other one gets banned out. Since Silvertide Christie's on that ban protection slot, we need to pick up something else. Now, Monarch Isteria, Sword Isteria is not here. So let's see what Fan is going to dig for in that second hyper carry position.
One more.
Open the gates
Stallion
to
to
paradise.
block out the
I'll
souls.
give you a taste of defeat.
Oh, some
Oh,
interaction.
another line art Surya.
Elite C.
What a powerhouse when the counters are available.
Isn't this very active?
Yeah, counter
Although
Stallion.
you could, would you pick Killer?
Also, Bellona could be a thing.
Biblis Branch is banned. LRK? Is LRK good
It's not
here?
a bad pick, but you do see this is
No.
where why top players are considered really good. Lionheart Sermia is a very good pick versus both the Bellona and the Bellion, but first pick Empyrean Illinav is going to hold back so much of her damage.
So, do you need more? Wampy? Because if not, Surmia gets
Most certainly.
banned.
If you pick LRK, you ban
Longer games? Why
LCB.
not?
Last Rider
Yeah.
Crowd does get locked in.
Most
I mean, he is really good against AoE attacks, but is it going to be able to out-sustain a Lone Crescent Bellona? I think that's a very, very tough call.
Additionally, right, if that Ilinov is left, that's another unit that is mitigating some of the damage.
Oh, quite a bit of Last Rider's Crowd's damage, even with
You ban
Nurse
LCB.
Yoha buffing him up. Oh, oof. Does ban out the Spirit Eye though, so I think he's
Yeah, we're
looking
going
to
for the
play
long
New
haul.
Moon Luna.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Oh, why would you ban
Depending on
Celine
how
here?
much damage you can see from this Luna, there might be some lack of damage, or you have to hold on to it. There's a lot of bulky on the left. And also Bellion land a hit. Here we go. Get your pillows for this one. I can feel it.
Yeah, this is definitely the
But don't
slowest
fall
match
asleep.
we've seen in a long while. And there's no
That's
Ruel.
enough wine
I don't know, man.
time.
Wow, Wampy says no need for a pillow and blanket. We're getting this match on early. Boosts up the Luna, 52,000 HP on board. Instead of ripping the S3 though, looks like the Luna will
Not
just
sure why
drop
you
the
don't
spear
ban
for the splash
LCB.
damage, and look at that. It's nothing crazy, but it is a healthy dose of damage splashing into Fan's side.
We take the crown.
Here's Cigarette.
It's hollow justice at best. Now that you know my secrets.
Yeah, that's the power of that silver
That's
type
the
Christie. A
power
lot
of
of
the
people shrugged
Christie.
off. Uh-oh, New Moon Luna.
Wow,
That's great.
only hit one.
Another big resist.
And then you're
Ella,
gonna-
the only one taking the brunt of it.
You could try a little harder.
Here's the first
Last
fight.
Rider crowd does get the turn now. We're ripping it in.
Siegfried.
Cheap tricks won't work on me.
Yeah, this Bellona is
My
gonna
tea
throw
is getting
a whole lot in this game.
She is, but G-Clef, that's another thing that's going to cycle the Last Rider crowd. So between the Last Rider crowd and New Moon Luna, we're worried about the damage. I think that's what Wampy is relying on. Look at that, though. That is not a pillow-fisted fight.
Bro, I'm just gonna say that was a mistake from the
Target
draft
selection
phase.
from Fan.
I mean, on the ban
Targeting
phase alone.
down the Nurse Yolha first, and she gets knocked out right away in this match. It's turning into a 4v3 already.
I'll try my best. Shall we burn some
After
rubber?
losing Sermia,
It's your
Wampy
turn now.
resists, but still
Resist.
brings the team.
But the S1s from the Luna. The crowd, not the most effective characters that you could be pulling. We still have that superhuman S2. We saw the first turn, he did okay damage, but he's got so much to
Some
chew
thousand.
through.
That's not bad. Still need a lot more turns.
I'll set the pace.
The belly is even busted out after the cleanse from Imperial Illinois. Finally, the silence comes out. Almost a little too late. Bellona does bat back, hitting 3 targets, and
Injury.
look at that amount of injury.
That's
I think
big.
Fan has Wampy in check already.
Why
He's
don't you
just
just
taking his
surrender?
time, marching slowly towards victory.
Yeah,
All
that injury is
systems
just a
online.
sign, an early sign of doom here for Wampy. We do get another S3, but the damage, even though it's ramping up, we were talking about the injury counteract. And look at that, not too much. Another rebuttal from the Lone Crescent
I'll
Bellona.
wrap things up momentarily.
See, this could totally happen. A single-digit prediction
Yup.
versus about half the votes.
Yeah,
Look.
You
what
don't
an
deserve
upset
my
here. It's
mercy.
looking bad for
That
Wampy,
was
the
nothing.
favored in this lineup.
GG.
I live another day.
Fan 2-0 Wampy going up to the winner straight. We'll see what happens in the winners, but looking promising after defeating Notos and also
Yeah,
an
well
incredible draft win. It was overall a very big draft win for Fan. Oh.
A little bit of an awkward lineup there. We were talking about the lack of damage. When Lionheart is taken out, what are we relying on? A superhuman cycling S2 Luna, the Last Rider Crow S3s, but then
Wait,
we
that's
have,
my
we have to go
category
through the Illinois,
Epic 7.
and these are
It
early
is, it
picks,
is.
by the way. So
Pretty good.
I don't know, Wampy maybe
We're
since
fine
inside
now.
the nerves, a little bit of the draft seemed kind of weak. However, he is not out of it just yet.
Yeah.
I would say that's a very good recard, but you do also have to consider, I think Fan just did their homework very, very well. The game 1 looked clean, trapped the Notos, baited him out, and then got a draft through. And game 2 there, like you said, really hinged the game around their first and second pick, and just won completely off of that.
Yeah, going back to first. Tori deleted Notos.
And you really have to question this target selection. Like, normally, yes, you do go for the Ruel kill, but Ruel just burned the skill 3 revive. Maybe you give her a little bit of a break and go with that first hit onto the Setsuko.
Wow,
Obviously, we're
that
hindsight
Notos
gaming, right?
game.
You knew you were going to land. Yeah, let's kill the Setsuko
Unfortunate,
first.
man.
But
But cast your
really
specialty,
unfortunate
Val, but
turn
you're...
of events.
Do we wonder if maybe we did see a few pivotal misses, right? One on the Witch of the Mare, one here on the last hit. Setsuka's gonna hit, we're gonna survive. Another miss here. Do we think it could have been a different story?
Yeah,
It could have been both, you know? The RNG was a factor, but also you could have played better, right? That's how you always want to examine every single loss you come across in RTA.
Oh yeah. You want to take better set of decisions, so you increase your chances. But in that case,
Yeah.
yeah, it was very
My
low
takeaway is
chance.
buff Notos.
Come on. Let's not ever say that again. Yes. That was a cool game because first of the one and only where the first turn player did not pick Notos when he was allowed, and with the win against it. So Fan certainly looking like he has a lot of answers in this draft.
And just to hammer it home, right, G-Clef? #1 seed versus the lowest voted player. Huge upset here to start off Group H.
Well, that's a win. Fan up there. Now, going to go for maybe a highlight match of the day. We can all say that Keith, this player, as you can see, only
Okay, there's a code. Let's see.
games played.
Pin.
Slightly over 2/3 win. Look at that, 14. Number 5 in Asia Group. Number 5, 14 in server.
Keith.
Yeah, let me look at that speed badge on the Dragon King Sharoon. You know this guy's fast. He's at least 5 out of 5 on the 25 speeder, so going to be very advantageous when you're in a mirror match against other cleavers, and that's exactly what his opponent is today.
That's Keith. Not speed. Here he is Vic Chun, another really well-known player. And about 2,000, slightly over 2009 games played. Now look, that many Friarwits, maybe even considering banning that out. Not a bad choice.
Well, he's practicing what he preaches here. That's a very strong cleave lineup. You see the Bellion and that Harseti pre-bans like he was discussing in his video guide. Briarwitch is also a unit that is very prominent here in the E7 Masters, but a lot of times does get banned out or pre-banned.
Yeah, again, a very
I can delegate this.
E7 content creator as well, holding some of the community tournaments, as himself is also the player in the E7 Masters now. We'll see how far he can get. Maybe if he ends up doing really well.
Okay, good luck, Vic.
Might be streaming less.
This is a main show, main event.
Gotta keep that, yeah, those tournament secrets.
We'll see what happens. This matchup seems to be one of the most spicy one for tonight. 2-2-0-0. Cleaver versus Cleaver. We have some. I feel like we're going to be screaming a lot in the draft and finishing up with couple turns in game.
Yeah,
which
and
I
I'm
love,
a little surprised at the relative record of the 2-2 here. Normally when you are playing speed versus speed in this mirror match, and I mean, you can see which player here is faster with that speed badge. I think Vic is only like 40% of the way there, and both players will be going into it. Unfortunately, no Notos, no scale, but Biblis will be going over to Vic's side for this.
Lady double
first turn,
ban?
as we discussed.
Oh,
huge
Dien
advantage
instead.
and
Wow.
off for the Shepherd of the Dark Dien.
No
So
Biblis.
Perfumer Biblis is available for Keith.
Yeah, Lady double ban.
Ooh, you know, that might be a better pickup in this Cleave
Care
mirror
for a
match
sample?
because both players are going to want to go fast, and locking away Soulburns in a scenario like this is going to be very advantageous, but it does look like Keith is posturing for that free run hyper carry draft. So does Vic have a move that's going to disassemble it from turn 1? I think that's going to be the question of the hour.
Some snipe units against that free run. Vic certainly has. He has to have some answers after all those games.
Jiras against
Including all the players in the
Biblis.
tournament, they're such high up in the ladder that they have to have these experiences throughout the season.
Shall we end
Genesis
this?
Ross. Who do you put in that man protection? The main damage source. Do you reveal it now? Or bring some more
It's a
protection?
tricky spot, right? Showing
Yes.
your hand this early. Both players kind of jockeying for position, just taking very strong neutral units on 1 and 2. Vic Chun is going to be the one that has to kind of reveal the game plan early. Will he set the pace? Renock, definitely tried and true for Mr. Vic.
Setting the paces right. He wants to go first, and Renock at 129 base speed is going to be one of the best choices, but do you want to race 5 out of 5? Is Keith... You know, I was almost insinuating Keith was going to take Zio or something, but no, at his speed, you can just take top model Luluka. I mean, she's 3 or 4 base speeds slower with the exclusive equipment, but still, if you know you're faster, you can take this race any day of the week.
Sure. Now, I do want to say, Valky, right, just let the viewers at home know that there is still some speed RNG. So even if your opponent has better speed gear, there is a chance that you could outspeed.
Blissful days.
Yes, that's why always we have to wait until the actual the speed bar. Okay, top model Luluka in that band protection sounds like a new.
High win rate, speed imprint. That is scary for Vic. How does he respond?
Locked and loaded, Zio. Is it the only answer? There's nothing else that can be faster. But Zio can be
banned. A lot of
banned.
confidence on Key's side. I mean, rightfully so, but going up against Genesis Ross as well as Shepard DN with the Tactically, that's not a good matchup you normally look to take on the ladder. Of course, Zio does get locked in, may even be the post ban here, and Vic does need one more pick to follow through to really bridge the team together.
There's a good potential that Zio might just be banned, knowing that Keith is going for the first turn speed. Another anchor.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Or an imprint. Wanderer Silk.
I think it's a very interesting choice going for the Wanderer Silk here over something like perhaps a green Vildred, which combos way more naturally with the Renock. But whenever you're playing against that Perfumer Biblis, I think your options are always very limited and you always feel like your hands are tied. So it's an understandable pickup, and Keith is hovering the Ruel last pick there.
Keith bans the Yen. We ban
I think
Imprint
that's just
or
he's
Ruel.
backing out of the race.
Or do we ban
He's
Biblis?
either backing out or he's so confident that he can win even despite, right, having a lot of opportunities for whatever his endgame plan is. Maybe that rule is going to give him that reassurance.
We'll see. You know, when you brake too hard, your brakes might just catch on fire. And
we're saying Ruel can fix those brakes?
no, you have
She
to
can
get out
revive
of
my car?
You have to get out of the car and escape. Okay, no brakes here. So just take out the brakes. And then you'll have full speed. And Deanne is the ban. Okay, let that Zio go through with an imprint. So he's Keith? He's trying to take the damage and survive and then counterattack? Is that his game plan with Yulha?
We have seen some
It's
cut-ins from
looking
Yuha,
like
so
it.
we'll have to pay close attention to the CR bar.
Okay.
Let's see it.
I'll show you what the
Can
true
Zio
vessel
start?
is capable of.
This top model Luluka is indeed
Okay, Biblis does her thing.
9% off, guys.
The skill.
Child Emperor is faster.
The skill
He's the one.
to
Soul Burn activated.
Yulha? Yeah, you do.
In a time like this, you don't want to take any chances, and immediately that's going to trigger the Biblis passive, healing, topping her back off, as well as the shield there. Going to make things a little bit tougher for the Renock to play against, especially knowing you have a Nurse Yulha there anchoring the whole thing down. She can double somebody's HP and heal them back, but pushed back by the Renock now. Good target selection from Vic, really running over this team comp Keith has got.
Knock some of the stat down. Time's up. Top model Luluka.
There's a pop.
Big takeout. Two of them in stealth.
We still have the Yula S3. Perfumer Biblis already paying off big time. S3 so scary here for the side of Vic. On top of the S2 healing she already did.
Coder on standby.
Tactically will be getting a natural cut of the turn here. We're dropping in the S3. Misses on takes out every other character. This is some good Nurse Yulha now. Oh no. Oh no. Top model Luluka's coming back, and
Victory is mine.
I don't know how many of us remember She's got an extinction on that skill 3. If this kills the Genesis Ross, I think Vic is in a lot of trouble.
King squeeze attack.
He's got some glow ups. Let's see it.
Frame of
Wow.
light on the Luluka, but misses the lethal.
Quite.
Oh. Okay, but since the extinction didn't land, he will have a second life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, with
Don't
that
sleep.
much speed, you can only imagine. Oh,
Skill 1.
When the Renox survives.
Oh,
Double
secret.
attack.
Oh, and
So-
the extra
That's
attack
on
takes
that.
out the Renox. No more value.
34k Ras.
Stand in line, please.
Ooh.
A little ouchie.
Extra bleed damage.
Yeah, little X on top, but here we go. Vic's been waiting for this. Genesis Ross, full skills available. Rips the soul burn.
Collapse.
You take out the Nurse Yolha first. She's the reviver for Keith's team.
This is my mission. And your fate.
Here comes Ross again. Yulha still standing.
Yeah, still standing. He gets more damage the less units there are,
GG.
and he throws in the towel.
Keith takes round number 1. Some scary stats that we saw, especially his speed, as you can tell. So now, even with the first turn pick for Vic Chun, might be having some headache if you're down that much speed.
There's just a
And
lot of
that is
value
the
between
power
the
of all
Biblis
the
and the
modern
Eula.
day Soul Weavers.
Yeah, that's right. Falcon,
because
just
if
real
you
quick,
do-
the Soul Weavers you mentioned, so power. It's a cleave versus cleave battle. We give up the first turn, and we're still able to survive and clap back. But as you were saying, Valk, the Biblis, the Eula.
Yeah, I was saying the Biblis and the Yolha, it gives you so much more utility. Even if you do give away that first turn, like Zeo goes, what does Zeo do? Zeo has no combos, no follow-ups, especially with the Shepherd DM banned out. Keith basically just diffuses the bomb off of the
Arunga.
plane right away, and then immediately he's just kind of taking it easy. Even if he does mount the retake, it's just a slow march towards victory. It's like a victory lap even.
Lunatic
Just a lot of
format.
confidence too.
Yes, Car.
Just a lot of confidence in the draft from Keith, right? A lot of times you'll see either they'll try to match the speed or you'll see a Zeo ban, but let's focus on round 2 like you were just saying, G-Play.
Yes, lots of speed banned out, including Amid, Politis, Freeren, Bossarunka. A few less
Another
imprints.
trial to overcome.
You can still speed.
Yeah, and that last game was a little bit of a sneaky tech from Keith as well. Some people in chat were wondering why that top model Luluka was lapping the Ross again and again. You do have to consider that character is likely 320, let's just even say 300 speed. She gives herself speed buff, that's 400 speed. You superhumanize that, double the speed, that's 800 speed on top model Luluka. Yeah, she will run laps around Vic. But you know what? You can run laps. If Arrow keeps you alive, you're still cool.
I've seen a lot of Barrel today.
Especially from the right side, too.
Yeah, that's a good interaction. Maybe on that, it depends on the first pick versus second pick, but ROL just seems to be the knight of choice for today's mitigation. Big escort damage reduction, and that stun, that strip, getting that hit chance. Doesn't always pay off, but she has a lot of potential and utility as well.
Surprisingly, ROL
Not give in to
has a
despair.
75% win rate. 12 games.
Oh, that's impressive.
12 games, 13 games? Yes.
Very high.
Very high.
Ooh, and if you look at pre-bans, there are a lot of characters that are just so integral to making a combo. I think both players are very wary. They might even just say, all right, you know what, you want to ban away my combo? Let's play good fundamentals. You know, we'll play tank, support, standard, and just slug it out like real men.
This is vulnerable.
We're dropping the flag Sigrid debuff. Ooh. I mean, if you look at the pre-bans,
Ori.
no Nurse Yolha for the auto cleanse, no Genesis Ross. We're getting a lot of value off of the
Though, right? We discussed compared to
Again, anything after, including Salome, is not allowed until 2 weeks after, until today. So no Salome, no Estelle, no new artifact. Hovering back to Luna, Tenebria. Pulling
Keith is
Tori.
weighing his odds. Does he like his effectiveness check into this Christie? I think he'd rather take the Luna, or I don't know if you take the Festivita here, but Luna's certainly seems like she'll work. Just Soulburn the Seal and get all of the passives out of Vic's team. Can't be bad value, but no, go for the Witch of the Mirror. I think he's just going to take his chances into this Christie. Wow.
I mean, he was very confident in round 1, and we were talking about how good this guy's gear is, so that
The
does
Nebula
seem
against
kind of par
Christie.
for the course for
Kinda
Mr.
strange.
Keith.
Christie.
I will say, whenever you're up against a Christie, you're expecting upwards of 300 effect resistance. And with this Aria in play, I mean, her passive gives the entire team even more resistance. This number is stacking higher and higher, and this is looking pretty rough for Keith, but who knows? Maybe he's just has 350 effectiveness, and Vic has no idea what he's signing up for. We'll have to see. These guys are really just charging into each other.
Aria. Very bulky team is being created on the right.
Witness the futility
Oh,
of our
second
world.
twisted K-Ron of the day of the tournament.
It's hollow justice at best.
A lot of debuffs now for Keith.
Newman Luna against
have
Aria,
access.
though.
Yeah, a little awkward, but depending on our band selection,
Okay.
we had to get those out. Those are the kind of 2 key factors we were just about to discuss between the lack of souls, the soul tax, and the ignore effect resist soul burn on Luna.
That's a lot of soul on packs. Keith's still up 1. Now the man in damage source, Tori survived, and the team looks good to target on specifics. Eviction a little slower, tankier. He's got Bellona and K-Ron. Let's see if that's enough. Round 2.
Okay, let's see.
Cigarette
Burn
start.
some rubber?
Shepherd of Chaos.
Rally up, everyone. Where the banner leads.
When the buff stack for Vic is looking good.
Still, that
No
cool
fears landed. Okay, we'll pass one check now. We get through the second.
Tenebria.
Let me paint you there.
Right the glass.
Effectiveness. Oh!
God, what is that?
And
Keith!
Keith is just confident.
Broke
he had
the
that game plan when
game.
the Arya's taken out.
Oh
Yeah,
my
look at that.
goodness!
Could do better.
And he has the fall.
Oh
of the
my
Tori. The
God,
cascade
it's
is an effect.
hit.
Free soul burn straight into the K-Ron. Show me the damage.
Damage not quite
Oh.
there. Master of Nightmares will be generating a second turn. Cascade still there.
This is even worse.
Oh no. What a brutal start here for Vic. Definitely on the back foot now. That Master of Nightmare proc was just... that was just nasty.
How?
I'll set the pace.
I don't even know how you can get that much effectiveness.
I'll lead the way.
Target.
Ooh, and Sigrid S2 is going to go through here. Resisted the debuff. Bat back from Malona. Is this too late? You get some damage in. Oh, and the arrow goes down as well.
The promises of this spear.
Elinav soaring through the sky into target.
I'm sorry, I
Bit more
couldn't do
damage.
better.
But it's all about this Tori.
I can do anything.
Oh yeah, this is such a problem unit against Lone Crescent. Bologna lands the hit, and
Nightmare.
surely it's enough to kill.
2-0.
Be scary when I need
GG. Keith. What a scary player.
Oh yeah, that looked just so one-sided. And Vic is such a strong player too, but man, Keith, from the first game with the the cleave versus cleave, the confidence to kind of let it through, and in this match, hyper carry versus hyper carry, he has the confidence to have enough effectiveness to go over the top. Now, he did have to ban that Arya, right? Maybe he wasn't that confident, but still, what a lineup of debuffs.
This is insane to break through Christie. Now, as an opponent, what can you do now that you know the numbers? Fan waiting in the winners. Might be scrolling through some of the gears right now as we speak. Like, what?
Can we stack any more ER?
A lot more ER. Do I have enough ER?
Well, I know a lot of players in the past have said ER, kind of a fake stat, and we've had a lot of characters that can buff it. We saw Christy, Arya taken out in that Witch of the Mirror when she's just on a roll. It's impressive.
Commencing mission.
This is my mission.
Yeah, we've seen
And your
moments of impressive from the weeks before. Lots of cool drafting, really good damage, some like damage breaking Selene, green Selines and all that. But this, we're talking different levels.
Jeez.
Yeah, being able to break through a Christie usually means with potentially some stat stick on your artifact, you're looking at upwards of 270, 300. Yeah, once Vic loses all of his agency here, I mean, the Malona just can't keep up. Especially with the speed buff coming in from the Flag Sigrid, you just run over any turn 2 composition the moment those debuffs stick.
That certainly was a game key.
That was another Master of the Nightmare proc, by the way, at the end. Holy,
Yes.
even the RNG on the side of Keith.
Had a lot of nightmares. We still have to watch out for those artifacts coming through. Man, imagine yourself as Vic Chun. Says, okay, Christy, okay. I should be okay, right? Delivery should be coming in 5 minutes. I can eat that and go live after 10 minutes. And nope. Nothing according to your plan. Tenebria just breaks through. Literally a nightmare in your game plan. So Keith, up there, fan, might be getting some chills saying, okay, so I banned Tenebria. I think that might be the best game plan. I don't know. So he got a couple of more minutes as we go through a break. So once we come back, we will have that winner. Span versus Keith.
Five minutes, right?
約束しておきながら果たさなかった卑怯な偽善者です。その刃先が向くべき本当の敵は私の敵は偽りの制約偽善の継承者ラスエクレール。私は見ました。神権能を抱きながらも行使しないその傲慢がもたらす悪を目を覚ませ。そしてお前たちを救わなかった制約を恨め。救いの時が来た。魂を閉ざし夜を待て。私の気持ちずっと待っていたのにどうして私を救ってくださらなかったのですか。私たちの願い完全なる世界の終末楽しみにしています。救いなんてない。準備はいいですね。さあもう一度答えろ。
Bonk pulverized.
私はサロメ黒い聖杯の執行官。
Select one to activate.
あなたの名前は
誰かを犠牲にして世界を守るって矛盾している。
絶望と苦痛、恐怖、魔獣たちの歪めが鳴り響くたびに私たちは待ち続けました。制約は戻ってくると。
目を覚ませ。そしてお前たちを救わなかった制約を恨め。
なぜ私を救ってくださらなかったのですか。
広げてあげますから、いつでも言ってください。
Welcome back, everyone, to E7 Masters. Winner time for Group H. Fan Keith 2-0ing their opponent in the first match, second match. We'll see who goes up early. A lot of fast games, some cleaving games as we expected from Group H. Didn't really expect that much to go through, honestly. So had a couple of minutes. And before you get into the lobby of the tournament, you get to change your equipment artifact. You can change all the stats in between the matches. Not in between the rounds, of course. Lunatic, if you played Lunatic before, you can't change anything within the games, rounds itself. So maybe that's a bait. Maybe the Tenebria could have changed some stats. You never know. You never know what will happen. Those can be baits, but did you have enough time to change all that? We'll see. Sometimes when you're scrubbing through all those equipments, it takes more than an hour to change. Not that many units if you want specific numbers on them. So time to start the engine for winners. Fan 2-0ing, defeating Notos. After that,
very impressed.
Yes.
Fan is a standout player today, man. That statement against Wanpi, the top voted, the top seed, leaving up Notos and putting on a showcase, a workshop for everybody on how to handle that man.
Fan. Seems like there might just be ways. There might just be ways up against a very stat-filled player. Keith.
Oh, nice.
As the icon of speed shows. That's not something that you can get easily. Only the chosen
These are trash,
people, the
man.
worthy, can have those icons. And not many can handle that icon.
The ones who were born to play epicseven.
In a very fast way. Some different numbers, different type of gameplay. Yes, Keith, we've just seen him, so we'll see what happens first time. Bumping to each other at all. No games through the spring season. Okay. Both agent players. We'll see. Can we go into games as soon as possible, please? I'm okay. Let's go. Har City. Notos.
No, Notos. Notos
again?
Let's see.
Not against Keith.
Wow.
Not this time.
That's really interesting. Fan going for two completely opposite strategies against Keith and Wanpi. So doing their homework here, you have to wonder, what are you cooking? Keith, but does go for the MLDM here, posturing for that.
Notos up again, but it's interesting. Notos lost the last time.
Picks up the boss, Aruka.
Ballsy, aren't we?
Renak. Both players actually banned Harsetti. Want to go fair and square. when we get into the speed battle.
I'll take care of it myself.
Lethy!
Oh, we
seen that
saw
last
something
week?
very similar. Yeah,
My
Lethy
actions will
versus
prove my
a Nodos game plan in a previous set, and it did not work out for the Lethy player. Keith, though, has been so confident. I think this could be a different story.
Man, normally this is not a matchup you take. Lethy is about, I think, somewhere from 8 to 9 speed slower than a Renok just from base speed. So Keith, once again, showing his hand, just going, yeah, I'm fast. What are you going to do about it?
More imprints.
There's no way around it. We're
That
fighting.
might be the only answer. Azio's
Veronica
allowed.
very strong. She gets free combat readiness push off the Shepherd DN. So looking to set up combos on combos here. He might not just have to ban that on the 4th pick.
Veronica.
More imprints. Put extra paper in the shoes.
Might just have to.
Oh, ice cream. Silence.
We're hovering.
I've made it this far. I won't lose.
My Christie's different.
Yeah, that's a
Try
statement
me.
this time around, though.
Try
Oh my
me.
God, he's hovering with
Try
the
me.
man.
I think
says-
he's trying, man. I think he might be trying.
Keith.
He goes, "You disrespecting?
This is a
Did you not
bait.
just watch?"
Do you go for the bait? Do you care?
The
Oh,
secondary speed imprint in the green Vildred, though. Oh, he's
Yeah,
hovering.
picking
He's
up the
hovering
pace.
one of the green
Look at the
thieves.
units.
he's now pressing
Alright,
the try
shall
me
we
button.
clean
No.
One of the few matches where Perfumer Biblis not on the pre-ban and not in the picks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I guess because we're so aggressive and Nodos is here, he really develops how both drafts will go.
Christie. Lots of tanks on the left, and Notos survive both imprints. Getting taken out.
Tack Coley still available.
Oh, Yakoli is available on the right. But Notos might just be getting the turn. We'll see how the lockdown goes from the Lethy. Oh, yeah, not just Lethy, some combo speed. The end. Let's see.
What a waste of time.
Fast. Lethy,
My
31,000.
God, Keith.
This fast and 31,000?
You can run, but you can't hide.
Outspeeds the Renok by 6%. I think he takes first turn here, even without the speed imprint. Soulburn is going to activate the DN, though. This is going to be a lot of trouble for Fan.
2 stacks on Omen.
We're prepping. Bosarinka is prepped.
Let's play hide and seek. I'm it. When I catch you.
And this is the importance of the combo. Once you have the DN in the draft, you send every other character back on the combat readiness bar.
As long as I can see you, I do not care at this point.
All right, let's see if we land on the Christie again. The real check.
Wow.
Resist.
Bro,
That's a
that's
little more
insane.
normal.
Did you see
Didn't
that
expect
Lethy
that from
speed?
the Tack Coley, but Keith still coming up big. That Lethy opener really paying off. Superhuman.
Oh, and this is where it gets scary. 57 total HP now, double the speed.
Double
She
that.
gets
That's
another back.
insane.
Kraken is ready.
You keep swarming,
Send that god
you'll only
down
fall
into the
on
waters.
Oh no.
Take the god to
Extinction!
kill a god.
Holy
Yeah, that
sacrifice!
Do it with
Taken
preparation
down!
And review.
Oh man.
Keith is built different. The confidence that he has in his picks. Fan try to change it up, you know, letting the notice
That's
through this
insane.
time, but picking it for himself and confidently has that Lethy. We're talking about the effect resist interactions, right? With the Christie versus Witch of the Mirror in the previous match. Lethy Soulburn, though, we came over the top. We were able to land that. Tack Coley had that follow-up, but that extinction, the Omen. Lethy finally gets, I think, a win versus Nodos. She has had some wins, but not against Nodos.
Big speed.
And you really got to hand it to him for that game plan. The Tacticoli was not there to land on the Notos nor the Christie. She was there for the other characters. The moment you got the boss Arunkas out the way, the Lethy would just start running laps. And once you get the Kraken going, doesn't matter if you're a holy sacrifice or not, the extinction will get the job done.
So this is what a game looks like at the peak, the top of Apex of Asia server. we've seen a little bit, and I like it. I love it. Okay, even the draft is a little fast. Top one a little bit.
Zio free
Right
ran.
away, Zio
Briar Dim.
taken out.
Wonder if Fan is reeling from that just brutal match one. Keith is just showing that he is him. The way that he picks, the way that he drafts, everything is just so confident and calculated. Fan now, Perfumer Billis being picked up. I can't believe she was let through game one.
Yeah, funny. Biblis in game 2.
Is that a first?
I think so.
Game 2 is so respectful. Biblis first pick, and then we're staring down the Ruel. Ooh, are we skipping over the Ruel? Is Keith going to cook here?
Shall we end this?
So far, I like the smell coming from this Keith kitchen. So let's wait. I can wait.
I thought you were
a
gonna say
couple
you like
more
the
minutes.
smell of Keith. But no, I agree.
It's his kitchen. Yes.
I'm at the edge of my seat with what he's picking. He's just surprising us, and the way he drafts, it's like his opponent's gonna have a counter pick. But if Keith's gear is good enough, then he doesn't care, and it's paying off. But Fan, he played so well in his previous set. Let's see, Signs of Life need to come out. His tournament life on the line.
Yeah. G-Ross, Ruel. There's no Yulha. No Dian. As those were used in game 1.
I brook no false.
Spirit Isoline. Do you care that much about souls? Keith? Here comes Tenebria again.
Which is the Mir Tenebra on third pick this time. This could be an alternative unit. If you have multiple copies of the same character, you could do different builds and kind of tech in and out. Last set against Vic, he used a very high effectiveness Witch Tenebria. I wonder if he's just going for a fake out here, maybe going for a high speed variation here instead. Or maybe still going for that slow effectiveness build and then letting his 4 or 5 picks bridge him over the top, like Card would say.
So you're saying this might be Tenebria number 2 on his account?
Yeah, you gotta keep the opponent guessing, right? That's how good players cook.
On a different level, I see. Can certainly be a thing. Scrolling through a couple. Festivita, Strays. I'll be having less than 7-8 seconds now.
All right, Keith, what you got for us?
Could I give you a hand?
Festive Ida will get locked in. We're looking to just let the Festive Ida get run over by the flag, get her buff stripped, and then maybe just splash damage the Spirit Isoline in one go. Completely taking out the anchor if that is the game plan.
Right, Senya. Just add extra layers on top.
Okay, Fan. We actually seen some Dragon Bride Senyas pop off in this tournament. So pick up from Fan on 4. How does he round this out on 5? Spirit Isoline is that counter, that hyper carry pick on mid. Are we setting the pace? That aggression could be coming over the top.
It does generate you a lot of tempo if you get both attack and crit damage buff on the Spirit Isoline, but do you really want to play that way when there's a Ruel on the other side? You do a lot of single target damage and Ruel clicks a single button and all of that damage just gets undone. It's kind of a tough call.
He's hovering.
If we must fight.
I mean, locked in.
Yeah, that's an all-in game plan from Fan. Keith now has the counter pick available. Round it out, either draw out a ban here or just have a unit that can kind of just secure the victory.
Go faster.
I mean, that's a fast character. 128 base speed. We're whole 4 speed faster.
Keith is faster. Ban Biblis, right?
Or faster. Or if you're confident about the Tenebria, just pair.
Let me roast you up real
Aki.
Oh, man.
We're bringing some heat to this game.
Yeah, that's a scary proposition, especially when we have like a carry like Spirit Isoline. Can't let that Aki through on mid. Handshake ban on 5.
When you're against one of the fastest players in the game, you really don't want to find out if that's like a 300 or a 310 speed Aki. Just get him out of here so he has no chance to ruin your game plan. Let the Spirit Isoline hyper carry and let her fly.
Keep 1-0.
Clueless face.
One away from advancing.
And of course, this is going to be the speed witch Tenebria this time.
Freedom is only but an illusion.
Yeah, okay. Speed. Still landing.
Still a great
Wow.
landing on those debuffs.
He just straight up wins.
7 out of 8. Stuns.
Lots of
Full sweep.
stars.
We're gonna have more debuffs to it.
Silence, D-breaks.
I'm sure fortune
Was
will
that
be on
almost
our side today as
everything?
well.
I think so.
Barring the block on the Spirit Eye, that's everything you could ask for. Veritas does get rid of one debuff, but still, defense break is there against the Biblis.
Another stun.
Uh-oh.
Trust me.
You
Does
seal.
come in.
Deliverance is in
Genesis Ross is all-inning the Spirit Eye Celine. We're dropping the seal and the
Oh
collapse.
my god.
For those who cannot reach.
Doesn't quite kill. We'll activate
Is it time?
the shield from the Senya.
That oath in effect. That's why we brought that Dragon
I
Bride.
command thee.
The follow-up.
Perish.
Genesis Ross.
I vow my
Secret
life
down.
to you.
Guys, this is after the oath has already popped.
Yeah.
Time to send. Was there
He's
any other
debating
choice?
because we do have that Festivita still, so we will activate, and she is coming up next. Yeah, opts to just S1 instead. Doesn't want to eat that damage just
Oh,
yet.
you're holding?
Fan is
Oh my
very
god.
clean
Just
here,
gets
but you
popped.
do
Oh,
risk that
mother-
stun comes in from Ida.
Do?
Everything landing.
That's 2 for 2.
Feeling a bit strange?
Oh no, I think the Biblis has to carry here. 25,000, that is a tanky Biblis. Does she land? 3 provokes? That's everything you could
That's a start.
possibly ask for.
Okay,
I vow
got
to
through one
be
set of
your
turns.
companion.
Got a lot of injuries in.
I make this
And now you
moment
Yeah, you
have
get back
to
on the
flip
bar
this.
now.
You need to CR push the Spirit Eye Celine and just get everything going.
Fortune will
Okay.
favor us.
Well set, though.
Yeah, pop.
Does get that first light, but look, Raw is still available. Has S3.
And there was a Warren Horn.
I swear, a miracle will occur.
So time for Ruel to go. We're going to be using the skill 3 to protect the Festive Ida.
Spirit Eye, do you go for the hit?
Amid this ceaseless
Open the gates first.
may you find the righteous path.
Sending up that mortality.
End this.
Yeah, brings back that flag.
Come on,
spirit as
Keith.
well.
You got this, my
Slow
guy.
playing from Fan. He has to watch out. Keith setting up that kill with that Festivita play.
Care for a sample?
Fan is back in
Working
game.
down the Dragon Bride Senya a little bit. And I think both players are starting to slow down a bit, just playing very slow and respectful. Sigrid finally gets the turn here.
Target.
Instead,
Okay,
we're
this
going to
is
go
big.
for the S2 Soul Burn, gets rid of
The
that.
defense break.
Hold.
Should
I
be
think she's
enough.
gone.
Oh yeah, 2 times over.
Shit, man.
Planty Fan.
Firing on all cylinders.
Wow. What a way to come back in round 2. 1-1
Oh
tied.
yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, showing that Keith can bleed. He was looking so dominant. First L for today. Very well played from Fan. It was looking a little risky. That Dragon Bride Senya pick, and then that play with that Spirit Eye Celine, not proccing that Festivita just yet. Slow playing to his victory, getting that revive on that Swift Flagbearer Sigret, and finding that kill potential, right? That's the unit that was going to seal the deal for Keith. Very good identification from Fan.
That was
Very
with
well put,
all
Cart.
the stuns, right, Avaki?
Dragon Bride Senya, I think now she's kind of fallen by the wayside in a lot of players' drafts, but if you do play a lot of Spirit Eye, Celine hyper carry, she's a very squishy character, so going to very easily activate her, but we're going to immediately jump into game 3, and look at the pre-bans now. 2 Knights banned out for Keith, and Fan just says, yeah, no Notos and no DM, please. I don't want to get cleaved again.
Stand in line, please.
Yulha. And Ilinav, Bossarunka also added to the pre-bans.
Round 3 is always exciting. You'll have to Keith.
Is there a chance that Fan contesting for
Consider this an
speed?
honor.
There is Renak. You never know. This is a demonic server with speeds.
Yeah, these two players in particular, you just can't get a read on them. One game they're looking like, oh, Fan especially is just so unpredictable. Keith looking very dominant, but Fan taking him out. Now we're in the round 3, hovering over his second pick, showing that speed from that Renak, like G-Clef was saying.
Can you feel
See
it?
if he keeps up that initiative.
Jacko? Ron?
I don't know
Oh,
about
wow.
that one.
Ron?
Renak, we're going. No
G-Clef, you
way,
trying to
we're
take us
going
back to
for.
2023?
DZ I Karina?
Oh my! Ay
DZ?
caramba!
Let me hear
Oh,
you
May
cheer
Chloe.
for me.
That's more
Yeah,
normal.
we'll go
There
for a
we
big
go.
Chloe. You know, a bit more of a standard match, Reviver both sides type deal.
Oh! Man, when Keith hovers these speedy characters, doesn't feel like a joke to me. Coley, such a good pickup
Field experience is crucial.
early on.
I'll take care of it myself.
Again, Liti.
Ah.
Yulha. Similar strategy here.
Yeah, showing some speed. That Lethe was so fast, assuming it's the same build.
Oh! Lock in that imprint. Can't ban it.
Fan must be out of ideas on how to defend against this. Usually when you're hovering imprints against a cleaver, you're thinking about how can I outspeed, how can I stack the imprints in my favor. And, well, when Keith has first pick, that's never going to be the case, especially given his speed. And if you guys remember, when Keith has Nurse Yolha with his opener, even if you do somehow outspeed him, the Nurse Yolha will just be able to bring them right back. So it's looking like a lose-lose for Fan if he doesn't know how to defend against this.
I cannot let you pass.
Christy? Super tanking up the team.
Yeah, almost maybe a little too defensive to Christie. Yeah, I wanted to see a hyper carry come out. Tori is the option for Fan. And behind that Christie, after that immunity wears off, we can still maybe shrug off some debuffs here and there. Depends what he wants to put, though. He has a lot of options on what he can put in the back row.
Have to watch out. Dessalines can
Still
activate
on vacation.
afternoon flan for now.
Wow, Vildred being hovered. That is so much tempo for
If they
Keith.
won't get
We've
out of
already
it,
seen
pure
how much
gas.
damage and speed is in the Lithy draft, but with Flan and Vildred, oh man, Fan is looking like he's in a lot of trouble. Young Senya does get locked in, but I'm sure she gets banned out right away.
Lots of love for Senya
Oh, boy.
from Fan.
Yeah, he's even hovering over the regular green Senya, but she does get taken out, like Valky was saying. Top 4 for the side of
Okay, that's
Fan
it.
and the
Left side
Fan
Zed.
on the other side. I think deeming too much damage getting through. There's still a lot of aggression from the side of Keith.
The problem, as Valky pointed out, will be that Yulha. Yeah, bringing back a target. Max HP. The winner goes
Learn
up
your
to the main
place.
stage. Leapy. Again, very fast.
Get out of my sight.
Very well played on Fan's part to put the Make Chloe in the back in order to
Waste of
catch this
time.
resist from the Christie. But as you can see, the issue when you are playing against Lethe is that if she has more HP than you, she's just going to be able to ignore, and the dual attack from the Vildred. Oh, that is not good, activating the Vildred immediately. This is going to get the kills going early, and oh man, the snowball is rolling down the hill, and it is
and
not
we're not even
stopping.
halfway
He is
done.
piling up the speed, the tempo, the damage, everything.
Holy, on standby.
We got to
Wow.
tap Chloe straight into a superhuman Kraken.
Will
That you
Fan
can
get
keep
a
up
turn?
He may
Before he
get one,
uses
but what
all-
will he have left? You take out this
That's a
maid
third
right
stack.
here, and that's lights out.
It's just a waste of my time.
Extinction.
GG. Good job, Keith.
Keith.
Wow.
What a insane player with
Yeah, this
full
guy.
stats. Oh my.
This guy's
That was so
is
clean.
a little different. He did have that imprint Vildred, but as we were discussing, when this man is showing aggression, all gas, it looks unbeatable. It seemed like Fan was a little stuck in the draft, trying to hover between going overly tanking, hovering over some Senyas, but it just seems like it's a struggle in the Lunatic format when you have an opponent like Keith with the speed, with the gear, the effectiveness. What do you do?
Well, in this case, flop over and go to the lower bracket, but this is not a draft that anybody can just do because it's so difficult in order to get a Lethe like this going. I mean, she's fast. She can outspeed Renox. She has enough HP to just naturally kill, and if you nurse buff her, well, she's killing whatever she wants, and this is going to be a problem for anybody facing against Keith going deeper into the tournament.
Lethe all of a sudden. Since
Oh
last
man,
week.
43.6k. And yes, chat, this is your warning. Absolutely do not try this at home unless you are willing to break a few eggs, okay? Because, man, in order to get that build off, you're gonna need a lot of gear. And I'm not just talking about speed, HP too.
And talking about gear, his Witch of the Mirror, Keith showing that this unit can combat the likes of massive effect resist, but this is round 2 where Fan shows signs of life. Look at the well play here from that cigarette. Bringing in the crew, knocking out the unit that was going to take out his hyper carry and secure him the victory.
Man, that was such a good counter. But it just came down to this Lethe, unstoppable, maximum power team again. The big problem was
Double
actually
Lethe wins.
the Yulha, right? If there's no Yulha, Lethe just cannot pull off that combo.
Giving me a headache.
The Yulha is definitely a key ingredient in this cook.
Dealing with you is just a waste of my time.
Yeah, there's so much HP scaling characters in games that Yulha is such a cool pick. Keith up there from Group H. Now let's bring it down to the lores. 1D Victon, the two names that had the highest predictions, actually down in match 4. So let's check that out as soon as possible. Keith, I think was a solid win. Super confident in his stats and ready to go, prepped to win those matches. You could see the confidence in his picks. That's sort of the advantage you also have. You have that much stats ready to go. So let's move to match 4 now. 1v versus Victon. Have been waiting for some time for not a rematch, but the lower bracket match.
Very shaky start for Wanpi, the top seed and one of the highest voted players. He does have that second chance of life in the elimination bracket, but he's gonna have to come out big here. Has Victon as his opponent, and then he's gonna need a follow-up match.
And the opponent, Victon. Let's go to the...
Vic, after facing off a tough first round, will be finally going up against somebody who I think is a decent matchup for him. Looking to get some footing back in the ground so he could keep himself in the tourney here. Briar Witch, if he does get one of those drafts off, I think it's quite favor for him. So if you're in chat and you're cheering for him, maybe we'll see some Briar Witch games.
Victon, Victon.
Wampi.
Uh-oh.
Slightly higher, 4-1.
Yeah.
80% win rate there. But all about adaptation. It's all about adaptation. And Victon, that was a tough
That's a good
loss
point.
against Keith. Uh-huh.
And I think if you watch this, any series that Fan plays, Fan looks like a player that both researched their opponent very well as adapting super well. Like dropping the game to Keith is one thing, but did almost come back, and the game 2 win was very, very clean, especially considering that you are playing against somebody that's faster than you across every single unit.
We'll see Notos, Harseti Lady of Skills, the end. Bibilis allowed.
Bibilis Chan, surely first pick this time.
By 1P. So how is Victon going to respond? Adding to this, starting the build up.
ban out his own DN, so this is going to be very telling if he goes for a more all-in strategy or if he goes for more of a standard opener like we've been seeing
good
with
luck,
the
Vic.
Boss Arunka as well as Nurse Yola.
Giving a lot of thoughts to this.
Oh yeah.
First
There's a lot to go
pick.
through, especially in his second pick position. I think he is going to hover over maybe a Boss Arunka a little safer play instead of coming out of the gates hot in a cleave fashion, taking some 2 powerhouse units. Much more flexible draft from Vic Chun.
Yeah, I was about to say no Yulha. There she is. The school buff is real. Imagine your entire school with that type of a nurse.
Yeah. I think I
No
have
one,
the
no one
fever
would miss
every
a
other
day.
day.
I know. No one would miss a day. They would go in sick to school.
Linaku.
Yulha.
Auntie getting some speed in there. With that Ruel we've seen on 2. Tried and true. That reassurance. I would like to hear, G-Clef, if you can get the stats for me, the Ruel win rate whenever you get a moment.
Rueru.
Bro, the sun is kind of
Before we started
insane.
today
It's
was
so bright
24
outside.
games total. 37.5% win rate. That's
Holy
very
shit.
low.
Okay.
37.
Yeah, I was actually thinking it's going to be on the lower end.
Uh-huh.
Despite how often she's picked, there's a few units like that we've been discussing, but look at Vic here.
Aria.
We didn't have the best showing with that prefect Arya, but that was against the likes of Keith. This is a much different scenario for him.
Shall we burn some rubber?
And also drops in the flag bearer, so going to look to play debuffs, let Wampi get the first turn, but immediately take control of the draft back into his own hands. So Wampi, does he close out with a combo so he can bridge into the Renac, or is he going to go for something more standard, you know, play like a bruiser, trade hit for hit, and just get value out of the Biblis and the Ruel in the long game?
Gala can certainly chew through.
A jellyfish.
Oh.
Oh, you
Secret.
talked about this combo earlier, G-Clef.
Oh, the Renac.
Renac.
Oh, and Saria. Hello, beautiful.
I love it, G-Clef. My man, definitely some shout out to the E7R team, the best looking characters, I think, across all games. Saria usually gets banned out, though. She's such a powerhouse unit when left to her own devices. We'll see if Vic decides to leave it up this time.
Oh.
A little bit of a different draft than you see normally when Saria's picked on 5.
Hello.
Okay, let's see it.
Help you.
Make Chloe is a good pick in mitigating the damage, just almost hinting at a Saria ban here, looking to just reduce the additional slash damage coming in from Renac as well as the DK Sharoon. So looks like Vic likes his odds in the long game, and if he doesn't, well, you know, pray for the best.
Would we ban Biblis or Saria?
Wampi.
Bet.
Still a couple more seconds. There we go. Made Saria. 5 picks.
Get him out.
Take out. Which means we have.
Definitely gonna
we
be
do
a
have the
longer match.
Sharoon in game. Renac seems like a problem, doesn't it, with Biblis? Let's see. Wampi versus Big Chun, lower bracket.
Consider this an honor. I can take you in my sleep.
Give me them stats, says
Follow
Renac
me,
as he
aren't we?
pilfers. Sending it in to the Boss Arunka. Ripping the skill 3, landmine in order.
Ooh, and this is going to hurt. She self-stuns, immediately cleansed by the Dragon King Sharoon for everybody wondering. That is the combo. And now this could get real scary for Vic. Vic needs to hold on to try to stabilize. Defense break does land. Splash does go.
That's a lot of damage already. The reason why I mentioned. We've seen this combo early days of Renac.
I'll lead the way.
Target on Sharoon.
Send in the squad, the hit team. That's big.
That defense break is massive. 1 stack of bleed.
Oh, misses the crit though. That's the problem with Arya and how you build her. Good damage though, still regardless.
Yulha. He has the skill.
Got a big decision to make here, because if you do power up the Arya, then your boss Arunka is totally vulnerable. So might want to make a defensive play here and power up the boss Arunka instead, and he's gonna go for it.
Good read, Valky.
It is a good read, but look at the tankiness on the side of Wanku. We have a Ruel, we have a Perfumer Biblis. This is definitely the play, but man, he's got a lot. This is like a mountain you have to climb over.
Sense should do.
Oh, lands the defense break, but immediately shook
Hopefully
off by
this doesn't get
Veritas.
Venom.
Don't want to see it, but
Feel a little dizzy.
gonna have to keep
Oh, wow.
marching on. Biblis going for the ultimate. Does not land on the Arya, but will be landing redirected provoke on every other character. Nurse will be keeping her team free of one debuff per turn, but those injuries will still stack up.
One who perpetuates disorder.
All right, we got to start wrapping up with this Arya. She's going to be our main damage dealer. Sending it into the Biblis. This is the first one of the match. Decent damage, but does proc the S2. Going to be pretty much all nullified.
Forgetting something.
Wow.
Alright, let's roll.
Vichin has to go through so many. Is this Ruel still holding her S3?
That's what I'm saying. So we opted to superhuman the Arunka, which is, you know, we need to stay alive, but how do we get through? We have the DK Sharoon as well to kind of mitigate the debuffs from the side of Vic. Bite Gang coming in hot. But look at that, Insta Cleanse,
And that's the
Cascade now
power of the
available.
DK.
Let my guard down today, aren't we?
Oh man, I mean, you do strip the buff, which is a net positive, but every time you go for a buff strip play like that, you are giving over so much additional splash damage, and Boss Arunka does have the extra HP, but the longer this drags on, the worse it's going to look for Vic.
Whoa! There, I got it.
Defense break bleed.
Stand in line, please.
Half HP.
Ooh, wow.
Double bleed that time.
Reno,
This
let's get the detonate.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's a stall for Vic. We did talk about though, Ruel still has skill 3 available.
an example of. Let's ride.
Another defense
And
break.
once again, we're going to get defense break back onto the DK, and skill 2 up. Skill 2 is up for the flag bearer. This is a pretty decent turn for Vic. Overall, very high value.
Should have
Getting
been on
damage in on 2 characters. No, he's going for the damage on 3. We're splitting across
3
the
for
board.
3.
Wow.
No bleed that time. Arya.
This time,
little
no
chip
crit, but we
damage.
will be getting the and one.
Oh my god, Vic coming back.
Do you sleep well at night? With those braids?
Oh,
These
my.
defense breaks from Arunka are paying off so big for Vic right now. That tempo is exactly what he needed because we do have the revives, but look at this 4v2 scenario.
The chat
No
turning
injuries.
We'll
around.
be able to close this out.
Glory be with us.
And this is the toughest spot for Ruel to be in. You can only revive one character and completely top them off. Who do you go for? It's going to have to be the Renok, no?
To lead everyone to victory.
Surely.
I'll set the pace.
Yes.
Oh, but then that's the problem. Flag Sigra says, yeah, no Dragon King Sharoon. You're in trouble, buddy.
just cycles
because
so
now you're going to
quick.
eat the fear.
A bunch of mutts.
Yep, gets the strip.
Those who
Does
fall
miss
below
the fear though, but Arias gets the good strip. Soulburn S3 is gonna come through. How's the damage looking?
Oh. Vichin
Good job, Vic.
takes the first game.
Good job, Vic. Good job, Vic.
Wow. What
Well
a
played,
turnaround. Just like the chat in the middle of the game.
It was looking rough, but I think the fast scaling from the cigarette, she's taking so many turns. The S2, I think, guys, the defense breaks from the Arunka were the real star there, and nailing that Arya to lock out the kills and get the tempo he needed, because there was so much against Vic in the early game, but he played to his outs. He played beautifully with that Yulha decision on the revive, the S3, and I think, yeah, well played. 1 up for Vic.
Absolutely, Card. That's the magic of playing Flag Bearer Sigrid is once you have a team lined up, and if you think about it, every single character here gets really good value with any amount of extra attacks that the Flag Bearer Sigrid sets up. Bossarunka, like you said, defense break, bleeds from the nurse, as well as skill ones from that Arya, which is going to drag the extra attack anytime the ultimate is on cooldown, and that just ended up being so much once you add defense break into the formula, and the Ruel just couldn't recover.
Those 3 defense decrease. Yeah, they opened up the opportunity for eviction.
No mercy.
Politis, okay, Politis, New Moon Luna, Frieren, banned early G Ross for Wampy.
Yeah, Wampy just looking very shaky. His drafts are so reactive, where we see when players like Keith, Fan, they kind of set the pace of the match. Wampy just really struggling to kind of get a foothold against his opponents.
Lots of Politis bans today, even after Omega. So Frieren out of the match now.
You dare block my way?
Haven't seen
Wow,
her.
Vic going for a first pick Lone Wolf Payra.
That's rare.
Looking to go high tempo and could be setting up for an evasion comp as well here. Lots of things up on the table, but that's also something new. And like you said, Car, whenever we're seeing guys set up for something and we don't know what it is, that's usually a really good sign, because that means they practiced something, they planned it out, and they were at the drawing board for a long time. Follow Cecilia, so removing one of the default knights, that's going to be removing a lot of splash damage that the Lone Wolf Payra is looking to output.
We've seen some games where Payra did most of the damage to close out, especially with the Soul Burn. Fire.
We did see some big flops though with the KJ match. I like that tech, but if you recall, the Lone Wolf Payra didn't quite seal the deal. I think it was on a free run. Anyways, I like what Vic is cooking. It's almost reminiscent of E7 WCs in the past. Today we see just a lot of unique units. I'm liking this E7 Masters so far.
For the future of the Wind Tribe.
Need one more.
Don't worry, it's different.
Wow,
this
he's
time.
gonna go for the third
Tenebria.
pick Witch.
Uh-huh.
Well, when you
Is
third
that a
pick
Keith
a
Witch?
opener like this, it's usually a telltale sign that's a high speed build. And Vic already has fallen Cecilia in this spot, so he's, I would say, relatively prepped for a buff stat composition if he has something lined up for this.
I can
And
kind
just
of...
to explain to the viewers, right, Valky, the buff stack that you've mentioned multiple times, we want to have like a protection set, a Fallen Cecilia barrier. We just stack a lot of buffs and protect things like immunity, right? To make sure that debuffs are very ineffective. Oh, and speaking of ineffective debuffs.
For the new players in the chat, essentially what happens is the best debuffers in the game can only strip 2 buffs at a time. So you're trying to stack the barriers from the Fallen Cecilia, maybe multitudes of other buffs, the anti-crit from like a Wretched Rose, a lot of different things. And the whole idea is to protect your turn 1 immunity so your team is safe from that high tempo debuff.
What about Notos? I thought he's the best stripper.
Oh, he is, but he's just not very fast. I mean, Zeo gets locked in here. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this Zeo pick. Normally, he's only really high value if you could get a combo off. And now Wampy does, in fact, lock in the grab with 2 more Light Knights. It's Witch Tenebria and 4 Light Knights.
Yeah. Wampy's drafts are just very, very, I don't want to say like safe, but they're haven't been quite paying off. He has powerful units. This match, though, in round 2 is going to be a lot different on the side of Vic. That Zeo pick, I kind of agree with Valky here. I'm not sure how much value we're going to get from it, but let's let him cook. He still has 1 more pick on his side to round out his draft.
I think we're feeling the same way about Wampy's draft. I wouldn't call it safe, but would you say it's rather low risk, low reward?
Exactly. It just hasn't been paying off, even though he has powerhouse units.
And Wampy's down 0-1. Bystander Hwayoung to pair up. That's Zeo. Fantastic pick, I think. Gets taken out. This area also gone. So left side got tanky with some damage from the bright Sanya and G-Ross. can Vixen survive those two? It's big nuke.
Well, he's facing down an Ilinov, so there is a lot of mitigation on his side. Once again, it's not going to be one of the faster matches that we've seen today, but it'll really come down to the decision-making from both players.
Switching imprints, positions. We're in round 2.
Dare define me? Your
Zio.
emperor?
Good luck, Vic.
Light versus dark.
Be afraid, sinner.
In turn 1, we're going for the Soul Burn. We're looking to just take the agency away from the Witch Tenebria.
Someone to ride with?
Yeah, just going to
With me backing you
crank it up.
Losing ain't enough.
Maybe thought about just potential stuns?
A bunch of Sunday drivers.
Yeah, depending on your effectiveness on the payroll here, you might even fish for a defense break onto that Dragon Bright Senya. If you do land it, could get your Tori a lot of value cheated out. Will not be landing it though.
Here's
Oh, he
Tori.
hit the cascade. We've seen it miss. Gets it.
Tori.
Got 5 buffs on her. Soul Burn.
Dropping it on the Witch. Vic buys the first turn with the Zio. Trades out the Witch Tenebria. Activates the Dragon Bright. That is the opportunity cost there.
Give in to despair.
But you do get the back row unit deleted. It's Wind Rider on Tori.
This here.
And you really gotta like Vic's turn rotation here. Fallen Cecilia goes immediately after this turn, puts up Skill Nullifier, which at the very least denies the first turn from this Dragon Bright Senya. Great speed tuning from Vic.
Wonky seems like he's in trouble.
I vow my life to you.
Look how many buffs we have on the side of Vic. Gonna clear out some of those nullifiers. Soul Burn activated for the Dragon Bright Senya.
The skill nulls and the barriers.
But that
almost no
Fallen
damage.
Cecilia mitigation really shrugs off most of that. Vic looking very healthy right now with the both unit advantage and the tempo advantage.
I think Vic has great target selection here, great speed tuning from the Fallen Cecilia earlier, buys him a lot of tempo, and now all he needs to do is all in this Genesis Ross. The moment the Ross goes down, I think Wampy is out of win conditions.
Yep, Ross.
You had your chance to.
Here's the lock. Yo.
Shall we
EFI,
end this?
half the damage.
There was never a place for you to belong in this world.
How much can you pull it off, Wampy?
Can you keep up with me?
Oh no! There was a miss there from that Lone Wolf Parabuff, so not even knocking out Zio. That stealth also shrugging off a lot of damage. Vic still very healthy after that big S3.
Let my guard down.
He's still playing very conservatively as well. He doesn't take anything in stride. Goes to the Soul Burn.
Come on, just keep on doing it.
Denies the turn from the Imperial Ilinov, playing very safe from Vic. And I think with this target selection, going on the Ross.
My guard down. Just
Second light.
And that's how you should play when you're in the
Revive.
driver's position. When you are in the advantage, don't take unnecessary risks. Wampy's already gassed out, so I think I like what Vic's doing. Just make sure we keep that Tori healthy. Here we go. Little fixed damage on top. Still alive.
Splash
Boom.
damage doesn't
GG.
kill courtesy of Fallen Cecilia.
Good job,
Passive
Vic.
Soul Burn does go. Takes out the Ross in one hit.
Witness
Gigantic
the
hit
power of the
from that
chosen.
Tori as long as she's alive. Big Chun.
Charge.
Oh!
Oh, and even a cool attack is good measure. I think Vic is in a good spot. This Dragon Bright Senya is not looking good.
Yeah.
And I don't think Imperial Ilinov by herself is going to be able to flip this game.
I don't think so either, especially now that Tori's protecting it in that evasion. But he's not giving up. Wampy ripping a Soul Burn. Lands the hit.
Oh, does take out the
That's
pay
one.
run.
Wampy does have some souls. 33. I can't believe it took this long to actually have single-digit soul number.
I vow to love you,
But we finally have it.
like I promised.
Another S3 Skull Burn from Wampy here.
Wait, this Senya had Oath on, right?
She did. Oh my god.
Oh.
Hold on.
The cascade, though, is going to be enough.
The streamer
dropping it in. We're getting a barrier up. Wind Rider.
The streamer, Tori.
Should be enough.
Oh. But does Tori win
He drops the Soul Burn in. Hang on a second.
Through the barrier. Not enough.
No injury means no splash damage on this Tori. That's the only thing she's weak to. S3 is going to get her more buffs up. She's going to want that attack buff for the barrier. That's the only way she survives this Empyrean Cascade. Still good. Soul Burn still available. He's going to be going here.
The toss
sends it
is
in.
God! Give in to despair.
1557.
This is the price of lives lost.
Another Soul Burn on this
That's-
Empyrean.
Ooh, what
No
was
splash
that?
damage.
Tori lives. Fathom in 3. And that's GG.
Oh my god.
Good job, Vic.
The power of streaming with Tori, as well as Vic Chun. There's a win.
That game
What
should have been
a
that
match.
close.
Yeah, maybe playing a little too safe, but
man.
the stars did align for Vic. Maybe that little dual attack he landed earlier could have made all that difference. It was looking like Vic had full control of the match, but that Oath Dragon Bride we kind of overlooked. The damage came through and we went down to a 1v1 scenario. It was so close. But Wanpi is out. That's an upset.
Oh, wow.
Man, Tori clutches that match by the skin of her teeth with her damage limit passive. One of the things that makes a Tori really good in an endgame scenario like that is exactly as you see, because she can't take more than half of her HP bar at once. If you have a really high attack build, she's going to be able to put up a barrier with her auto attack, which is just going to let her win a lot of 1v1s if they only attack once, or if there's no splash damage with those skills. Very good win by Vic.
And guys, I know we have the highlight, but let's talk about Wanpi a little bit. Did Wanpi go a little too safe, Valky? You kind of mentioned today, because he went 0-2-0-2 today.
I think so, yeah. I think if you play a lot of ranked ladder matches, it's okay to go low risk, low reward, especially if you know you're a very tanky player. But in a tournament setting, you do have to do research on your opponent. If you don't take any risks, if you always just play close to your chest, do what you normally do, you will get figured out like this. You will get teched on by your opponent. And all they need, I mean, it doesn't matter if they win by 4 characters or if they win by 300 HP, a win is a win. And that's what ended up happening here at the end of this match.
I almost forgot that Bright Senya had Oath on still.
Yeah, that was kind of the surprise factor that almost brought him back with that Wind Rider, the Tori Cascades, and those barriers. Also backed up by the Punk stealing the earlier round. She almost got taken out in a previous turn, but was enough. 1,000 health to seal the deal for Vic Chun.
Two-zero win. Vic Chun still on the climb. Has to face against Fan. Another very strong opponent.
Not quite out of the woods yet. Fan is one of the cleanest players today, so Vic definitely still needs to overcome yet another very tough matchup in order to make it out into that match 5 winner spot.
Another best of 3 awaits. And we'll see. I'm sure Fan has been watching the previous match. Just lost against Keith, the stat god in this group. I'm sure he has made some strategy.
100%. Fan strikes me.
Yep.
You saw G-Cliff with the Nodos switch up, right? He lets it through one time and comes over the top, has a game plan. Next time he takes it, didn't quite work out, but that might have just been the Keith difference. Like you were saying, I think Fan just has that kind of analytical approach. He's definitely watching and he can make adjustments on the fly.
Yep, and also, yeah, Vic Chun, who just climbed up. And for the tournament, as epicseven, there's been quite a lot of history and quite a lot of time put into the game. Years of history, years of equipment and hero farming. If you're just joining the game, of course, this will be very far. It might feel like it's very far away from you because these players are indeed very, very top of the ladder from the entire world. But slowly grind. Of course, the grinding is much, much faster than what we had before. So it'll take some time, but you can slowly take a step at a time. And so maybe next year or the year after, you might be in the tournament. So take your time, take this slowly. Don't feel like you're rushed in because it will take time. You can't immediately just get up to this level.
Wow,
That-
Lady of the Scales.
And
There's just
speaking
no
of
way.
rushing in,
It
we're
should've
immediately
banned.
rushing into the draft,
Still
and
have
after the
time to
pre-bans,
submit.
both Lady of the Scales as well as Perfumer Biblis are going to be in this match. Lady of the Scales going to be taken up on
They
first
should've
pick. I
banned
still
lots.
think Lady of the Scales is the best first pick in the game, though. She just gives you so much advantage in terms of what strategic options you have, and she almost guarantees that if you want to cleave, if you want to play a speed strategy, you can.
Iseria? Moniker of the Iseria band.
Yeah, that's a great point out, G-Clef. Usually you don't see that early in the pre-ban scenario. She is a very powerful unit, one of the best
Yeah,
hyper
for
carries,
example.
but not often seen in a pre-ban scenario this early. Fan definitely cooking up something. Perfumer Biblis we talked about, definitely probably second in line. Just everything Valky said about Lady of the Scales. You can almost say the same with the exception of maybe like Cleave, but wow, this character really does it all. Sustained survivability, lockdown, can close out matches. Her artifact amazing too, and she's not even a Moonlight 5-star.
Shall I give it a go?
Almost
Remote for E7 Masters.
almost stronger than some of those Moonlight 5 stars. Yulha? Yulha is here.
Is it time?
Fan picking up those lights.
So says man, when are you joining E7 WC? I would go to Korea just for you.
You have Renak and many more of those fast base speed units.
Let's pick up Genesis Roz hovering a light mage. New Moon Luna isn't even bad. If Vic decides to play slow here, I think a lot of his characters so far, I mean, look at the Biblis, look at the Nurse Yoha. Both of these characters are super reliant on their passives, but Bellion on third pick will be able to deny that soul burn. So at the very least, if you want, you can still play effect resistance strategy into this.
Not Luna.
Never.
Not have
Why?
that magic soul burn. Cutting down a lot of her power. Now, Victon, what else? Empty your pockets.
Why? Why don't you want to go?
Could be a superhuman target in the form of Bellion, but as we've seen, when Bellion is kind of left as the main damage dealer, doesn't always work out in that player's favor. But it's looking like Vic is shaping up that could be one of his potential options as his carry.
Yeah,
Imperial Ilanov does get taken as well, going to block the defense penetration damage Genesis Roz offers, but I mean, this is expected. Anytime we've seen somebody pick Bellion on 3, Lone Crescent Bologna has almost always just been the default first
Haven't
option
renewed-
answer
what?
as
No
the
way.
bruiser to go into her, and I'm almost sure that character is getting banned in this draft. You can't let her through.
Yeah, that's just one of the reasons I think Bellion has such a low win rate, especially when she's used in this fashion. Has a lot of counter picks. Besides the very powerful soul removal, she has just not a lot of carry factor and has a lot of hard counters. Fan now hovering a Witch of the Mirror on 5.
Hey, maybe Fan can have another big lockdown.
Oh, man.
So hot? Bro, I'm looking out
Oh,
the window outside. Holy shit, it's way too bright.
Ruel of Light is just
Genuinely
in general
too
a lot
bright.
safer, and I think Fan has 2 pretty solid carries in both the Bologna and the Ross.
Oh, Vic on.
It's crazy bright.
Yeah, I think what Valky was... Oh. I think Valky was implying that the G-Roz could land a seal. He's very strong in units like Perfumer Biblis. However, I think Lone Crescent Bologna most definitely, if we keep things the same here, is probably the more likely to be banned out. Ooh, an Elvira counterpick from the side of Vic. Yeah, we've seen her picked up quite a bit, and I think when she's left in, very, very effective.
Yeah, so her passive seals away the fighting spirit your opponent gains. And see, that's what I don't get. You picked Elvira, but then you banned Bologna. I think
happens
Vic
a
is
lot.
in
It's like a
lot
game of
trouble
chicken.
here.
It's most likely he was predicting, right, the Elvira ban, but this is the problem. He lost the game of chicken, and here we go. Not a great start for
You
Vic.
don't deserve my mercy.
Yeah, that Elvira passive ineffective in this matchup.
Oh
He made
man,
a
and
bet,
we are
and it
at the
did
end of the
not
day
pan
playing
out.
against a Lady of the Scales and Ruel passive, and we'll see in a second why everybody, and I mean everybody, hates playing against it. This is gonna be a very long match.
You be careful now, okay?
talk about a long match. Remember that week with Elvira with candles?
That's enough wine.
Oh, no, that never happened.
I was not in town for that week. I was actually on the road traveling.
May I play you something?
Good.
That was something.
Good.
That was a
I
game
really came back
breaking
home and they were like,
affair.
"Did you hear what happened?" I'm like, "No, what happened?" They're like, "Yeah, the game."
Oh,
got-
that did so much damage. Oh, wow.
All right, Vic.
May rapture flourish the
That was
world.
infinite value on that 3F proc.
What do
You
you
have to
know
you
about
have to
me?
use the Lady of the Scales ultimate there. Quite unfortunate. Luna now will be pressing that S3 as well as Ruel. So Vic actually really upping the tempo.
Do you like the scent?
Oh, no soul burn. They're quite powerful.
Feeling a bit strange? You must have inhaled the scent.
This could be a massive Biblis turn if the Biblis does in fact land the provokes.
Trust me.
Oh,
And
two.
she lands. Oh, misses on the Ruel.
Deliverance is inevitable.
Deliverance in effect. Get that collapse.
There's no
No.
mercy.
Nothing.
I
Just the
command
damage.
Good resistance on the
you
Biblis.
perish.
Need to hold through this damage.
Time for some
And the
Oh,
team
Biblis
holds.
survived?
And with that passive, that is big for Vic.
Oh, it is.
Leave me alone.
Good healing.
Most of the damage from the side of Fan.
Let's go, Sangdi. Where are you heading to?
Don't worry.
G-Ross.
We'll be kicking into the Genesis Rods for the HP damage.
I'm not afraid.
Oh, man. The offering effect from Lady of the Scales is just so powerful. It absorbs so much of the damage into the front unit. And now Ruel does this, and you gotta do all of that damage all over again.
This way.
Invincible.
Give it to me.
Fear.
Uh-oh, the fear lands on the belly, and that's a little bit spooky if we didn't have the school nurse Yolha there. Whew.
Open the gates to paradise.
Effectiveness buff is exactly what he wants to see here, though. Doesn't strip the Ruel.
I was careless. It's hollow just.
Some extra
Alright,
damage
decent
put in.
damage from the Dark Hawk.
Do I scare you?
S2 letting it rip.
Not bad.
Yeah, he wants to knock out this Biblis before she cycles back into S2, S3. She's very low on health.
About me.
Increase defense.
Dare you? Your attitude. How irreverent.
Finally, the Luna's on cooldown, but her S2 is already up. And oh man, the Biblis is being worked down, even with the Veritas procs. I don't think she's much holding on much longer, and no natural
Yeah,
proc
doesn't
as well
get the
for this
follow-up
Bellion.
RNG. Unfortunate for Vic. Resist there, no bleed detonates. And we have this Elvira, who we talked about in the ban phase. Not the most effective. All right, landing some debuffs.
Provoke.
Maybe some beguiles.
I was still standing.
Just one.
Shall we end this?
Dare you? Fortune is on our side.
It took one more hit. Yeah, Genesis Ross holding.
I wish for a miracle.
Still on his first live, I believe. Yep.
So
Yes.
you've chosen to
There's
defy
a lot of
God.
revives in play. Eula coming back to S3, so Vic has some recursion as well. But it's looking like the tempo is now back on the side of Fan. The power of the Ruel, Lady of the Scales really
Come on,
picked
Vic,
off as we get
Vic.
closer to this Roz S3. Vic's
You
gotta
don't
watch out.
deserve my mercy.
And the Luna is completely back. S2 and the Seal available, but knowing that a lot of effect resistance on Vic's side, we're just gonna spam the spear and get the damage out.
All right, we landed a follow-up. We need that little chip damage. Some debuffs.
Need a light
Oh,
Life. Or Ruel.
that's a start for Vic.
Finally, the Ruel is out of the offering effect. Vic can actually do normal amounts of damage in this game, but it might be too little too late.
What
Boss
that?
skill 2 is already up,
Holy.
and it's looking like this nurse is going down.
You have a building, Sesame? No way.
Most definitely going down, and she had her skill 3 available, so now Vic is no revives coming on his side. I'm not sure if the Elvira Bellion combo will be enough to tear through. Look at the amount of health Van's gotten back.
Let your death burgeon this
A lady
land.
ready.
What do you know about me? You have weakness all over.
Do not choose your target, Dalian. Decrease defense.
When the defense break lands, that's not good.
I will judge your sins.
You know,
GG for
it's
first
kind of
round.
sad. Vic
Fan.
has a 100%
Up
lose
one.
rate against Lady of the Skills right now.
Yeah, I think it all comes down, guys, to the ban at the end there. We have the Elvira, but then we banned out the reason she brought her. And if you're wondering why that happened, Vic kind of made a bet there, expecting that the Elvira, your opponent is saying, I got to get that out of there if my Lone Crescent Bologna wants to do anything. But Fan called the bluff, and you're left with an Elvira that, just as we saw, not very effective at all.
Yeah, Victon.
Yeah, this is a scenario where if you're a RTA veteran, it's what we call a 50-50, which is you pick Elvira to counter the Bologna and you go, he's probably banning it. Let me ban the Bologna anyway. Against better players, that is a great play because it gives you a 50% chance to automatically win the draft. But if you're, posturing yourself as a top player, you don't want to do that. So
Notice
let's see,
advance,
recover after that first game loss. Going into game 2.
You have to
At the
cleave
very least,
Vic.
guys, no more Scales Ruel, okay? No more Scales Ruel.
Daring today.
Boss Arunka.
It's almost a little crazy to me. Boss Arunka is still in the game. However, Vic with first pick will be able to make use of that. She's able to protect a lot of units, so if Fan is looking to play a Renak comp or if he's looking to play a Zeo comp, Boss Arunka protects you against all of those.
Let me hear you cheer for me.
Oh yeah, Maid is available.
Frothy, aren't we?
One of the most picked in round 2, Ruel Light, but also has some other buffs available. Renak as his speedster of choice.
Okay, there's clouds now, so it's a little less hot.
Victon, you came all the way this far.
I'm hungry. Whole you crust up
What's it
pizza.
gonna be?
Yeah, I want him to set the pace here. He has the hyper carry, or he has the band protection slot on 3. Boss Arunka enables a lot of flexibility. Let's see where Vic goes with this one. He pre-bans the Zeo and the Sea Phantom.
Yeah,
so he could speed up.
No free run. And one of his favorite Briar Witch, Seria ban. So
Bye for you?
He knows his
Free run
opponent.
ban.
It's close right now.
We talked about how Fan really analytical. Probably
My
did some
wallet's
research.
closed.
I mean, Freeman was picked so often last week as well, but this time around, we've seen her countered very early from the likes of Omega, and now getting pre-banned. Not very much Freeman today.
Vic goes for the Payra again, okay. I think last match went really well for him because he was able to deny a lot of the splash damage with Fallen Cecilia, and this time just combos it up with the Tori, so could be going for a high tempo play, but if you're taking the Tori into a re-knock, that is a very dangerous position.
I protect. That's what I do.
Arwell in band protection. So solo tank.
Yeah, I like that pick there with the tempo and the aggression Vic is showing, especially with that Tori. Making sure our Knight, our mitigation doesn't get banned out is going to be huge for him. And with that, Renak threatening their early turns and then that May Chloe kind of recursion, we have a lot of safety
A
nets.
stench most foul.
And speaking of safety net, we've already seen this at work. Not only is she going to be able to revive your characters, she takes damage limit and is a hefty, hefty nuker. Spirit Eye Celine. I think fans laid out an intricate
Where do you go here?
network of
Do you go Setsuka?
revives and denials for Vic to have to solve. There are so many things going against him that, do you kill the May Chloe first? And if you do go for that, well, is the Spirit Eye Celine going to revive her and vice versa? And if you do go for that, well, maybe you just get your damage denied by that Arrowell able to put up defense buff as well as the barrier. It's going to be a lot for Vic to chew through.
As expected.
Tenebria for Victon to control the left side.
Yeah.
Seems doable,
Tenebria
but maybe
on
not
4.
on Maid.
I've been trying to get the...
It depends, right? Because we do have like the block mechanics.
Wow,
I think that's a nice pickup. From
that's
Vic,
so
making sure
awkward,
Fan
no?
has to pick in a way that respects this or draws out a ban.
It's so
Lovers
awkward.
on those later picks. Very scary, and look at that on a mid from Vic. Definitely speeding up.
looking
ST feeling good about his damage if he's committing the mid to support the Tori, potentially making the look to make a pick just on that Mei Chloe super early, deny one of the revives, and then locking down the rest. Fan needs one pick. Once again, you know, you just need to make sure your last pick gets banned here to get your main game plan out the door.
Moon Bunny.
Speaking of, that could draw it out. Countering those extra turns. One of my mids counters.
And Tori as well, right? Tori needs to be able to set up her own damage, so with the high amount of buffs. So this is going to be able to deny both. Surely Bunny Dom gets banned, and I don't know, you trade out the Ahmed or trade out the Witch.
Bunny Dom, such a strong pick. Was always showing up against Tori.
Okay, let's see. Let's see who wins the race.
The front boss.
Ooh, and this could get really bad. Boss Aruka gets sniped here.
GG.
If the Reno gets to play, I think it's in a lot of trouble.
Tori will be the first to pick.
It's not.
You're not.
That's a statement, right?
3%.
We were talking about the bans.
Fan goes first.
This is where things get dicey.
I see Tori.
Come on.
Go for it.
Go for lands, and oh man, I think that's all she needs. Now you're gonna pick your target between the Ahmed or the Witch of the Mirror. Maybe Fan even feels himself a little bit, goes for the Para.
What a walk in the park this.
S3 sent to the Witch.
Oh
We're taking
my
out all
god, Vic.
Knock.
What
Tori
cannot
down.
be avoided must be overcome.
There's no
That
revive.
boss Varunka coming over the top from Fan. No revive like G-Clef said. That's our main damage. And not only that, our health is very low from just that.
Oh man.
Once again. You dare block my
Vic
way.
not giving up. Mongol Para has been known
You
to
gotta
do
take
some
whatever
damage.
chances you can.
I'll bring it roaring back to life. Need someone to ride with?
Not enough souls.
Greater attack buff Para. No defense break. Barely chips the shield. Oh man. Witch of the Mirror now looking to lock down the entire team. You can't do anything to the arrow while she's buff stacked on the immunity. Let's see how everything else lands.
Oh.
It's already too late to escape.
Bring him down.
And I think just one rupture. That
Yeah, just a
cannot
single
be
rupture
good.
there on the Mei Chloe. Vic definitely needs a lot. He needs everything to go his way to even have a remote chance of coming
Bro.
back after that first turn brutality.
Vic's 4-5 were interesting.
Fan trying to choose his target. Oh, gonna hold on S3 Judgment.
Can you keep up with me?
Hey, we're
And he's
finally
widely
generating some
targeting
souls,
the
but now
Mongol
she's
Para.
out of the greater attack buff.
Dare.
Have faith in me.
Some extra damage
And
in.
with Mei Chloe on the board and the passive, the splash damage just will not reach that Spirit Eye Celine.
Hopefully, it's different.
I
this
said he
time.
has the heart of a warrior though, and he's not giving up, playing to his outs.
What
There it
cannot
is.
Be avoided must be overcome.
One down.
But at the end of the day, that's the problem, right?
Nah,
you can
man.
hold all of your cooldowns because block is on everything, but now Mei Chloe can just hit that gong and Spirit Eye Celine comes right back.
VIP treat.
I protect.
Welcome back.
That's what I do. The weight of the oath I've taken.
Oh, did we see? Did that land?
Down upon you.
That's a
GG,
miss,
nice
I
try,
think.
Vic.
But the
But
damage
you're-
is enough.
But the
She was
damage
so
will
You're
take
low.
4-5, man.
When I leave you.
And that is it. Fan. Second player from Group H moving up. Along with Keith. And that's the result. 2-0
Yeah.
from the last match.
Unfortunate.
I hate to say it, but it was almost like game one where it was pretty much decided in the draft phase. Fan very wisely identifying, if I just take out the boss Varunka here, even though
Okay.
5 are scary, my Renok is going to take
I
first.
think the stream's
Knock out
over.
this Tori, and from there, Vic doesn't have a chance to destroy how much tankiness, how much recursion I have between the revives on Mei Chloe and that Spirit Eye Celine
No.
backup as well. Very well played, especially with that Arwell on 3.
Yes.
And I really want to highlight how much it means when Fan just lays out the entire draft, gets that Bunny Dominion, and he goes, oh, wait a minute, I can just spam Boss Arunka, pick
Time,
the Tori,
Mr.
and the game
Vic.
is free.
Okay, guys,
That was
I'm
such
gonna
a
take
good
a nap.
ban. I think in both games, Fan
Thorough
outbanned
bite.
Vic, and that was the result of the victory. Like, the bans were immense.
Bye, guys.
Conductor exerts total control.
That Elvira might have gave him some
defiance amounts to nothing.
some less confidence going into the second game.
Over here.
That fan pick.
Yeah, despite the Elvira though, I did like Vic's decision making. He had like some swings here and there, but just Fan, the Lady of the Scales plus her well. It's just too much to overcome, especially when we have a unit that's not quite pulling her weight.
What a walk in the park.
Yeah, the start. And the Tori getting blown up.
Lands the kill, but as we said, there are revives in play, multiple of them. And with Lone Wolf Paris health being so low, despite the miss, I was looking for the miss here, hoping maybe Vic could have a chance, but no, the chip damage is enough to lock her out. And when she's out of there, we have no more damage.
And that's the updated. The entire board has been finished. Groups all the way from A to H. With Keith Fan filling up the last slot available. We'll be filling up the 16 in the main matches. The knockouts happening in 2 weeks. So congratulations to Omega, Ryojin Goto, Keith, and Fan. And please, everyone, let's be very respectful for all the players in the tournament participating, because there can be mistakes made. You're never perfect, and that's why we have a tournament. That's why we have PvP. Please, let's keep it very nicely to all the players who are participating.
Okay, let's see.
Whether if they made it through or
Light.
not. Thank you. Tournament tree. Here. Oh, round of 16. We already have the matchups.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Omega versus Fan. Keith
Taking a
versus
screenshot.
Ryojin Goto. Magic Chi 1080-50. Mid-Noru versus Hatama Ray. Light
that's
versus
Bro.
Hoji. Every single one is going to be a total. Lots of highlight
Yeah,
matches.
these are bangers.
It's best.
I'm already remembering, guys, all the matches and how hyped they were, and then you think about the interactions between the two. Ooh, this is gonna be, we're in for a treat.
Okay, what matchups are you guys looking forward to? Pick one. What's your top one?
Oh, Mid-Noru versus Hatama Ray. That's crazy to me.
Oh, I was
some
gonna pick that.
creativity
Oh.
versus some previous champion. 1080-50. Magic Chi. Oh, Sinji versus
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that
G-Club-
was going to be
G-Club
my
stealing
first
all
choice
mine.
too.
Versus
So
Ryojin
if
Goto.
you take that one,
G-Club
I'll take
stealing all of
Tetsu
mine.
Meow Mix. How about that?
I'll be quiet. Oh, Meow Mix? Okay. what about you, Car?
I'll take Tetsu Meow Mix. I'm really
Okay.
excited to see how these guys clash. You, Car?
I'm gonna go Omega Fan.
Omega? Omega Fan. That's another spicy one. So this time, because we had double round robin in the groups, starting from round of 16, if you lose a best of 5, so it's best of 5 now, but if you lose, you're gone. You do not have a second life in the 16. That's the thing.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
so
And we'll have some units
predictions.
entering the field, right? The characters that were not
Oh, yes.
allowed, finally.
Salome!
Good luck,
And
Light.
also
Salome.
Estelle and the new artifact, everything that's in-game will be available.
And we're about to get buffed units too, right?
Balance patch as
Yeah.
well. Oh,
Maybe some RB.
Arbiter Viltrid, that's what I was just gonna say. Haha. Arbiter Viltrid? Seems like a
Degen RB
good
coming back.
deal. Seems like a good deal. Yeah, the big balance patch. Yeah, lots of things will be happening. And that's why we were also taking somewhat of a break for the players to adjust to the new patch and to get everything sorted out. The same rules will apply. And I believe we take 2 days, half, 1 day for top half, and then the week after for the bottom half for the round of 16. Wow. Tomorrow will be a banger. No, that is not happening tomorrow. We're talking about the balance patch of the new units because it's happening 2 weeks after. Not next week. Don't wait and say you're the only one here. Why is the broadcast not here? Because we're taking a break because of the balance patch and the new units coming in. And I heard the new artifact is actually making lots of changes.
We saw a lot of Arwell today, maybe. That seems like a good combo.
Man, I'm telling you, with that many barriers, we're going to have Opsig coming back in meta. So, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Valky. Thank you, Car6, for joining. In 2 weeks, we will be back with the balance patch and the new units allowed. Round of 16. Let's see who we'll have as the champion of E7 Masters. Thank you everyone for watching. Have an epic weekend.